We're about to take it back.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Tony and 2 Lee on the radio. Dr. Joe's therapy on the radio. The love got me going live on the radio. 2 mics and a mind on the radio. Radio, turned up on the 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 radio. 2 nights and a mind. 2 nights and a mind. 2 nights and a mind. 2 nights. Watch this. And a mind. Yeah, what it do?
Welcome to 2 Mics and a Mind. Such a nice video. Thank you.
Yeah, shouts out to the one, the only, the ZMR Radio, Chanel Keeley for doing that video. Listen, that thing was awesome. I think we need to incorporate that some later on in the show. What y'all think? People need to see that again. What y'all think?
Yeah, go.
Yeah, we're gonna show to y'all. We're gonna incorporate. We're gonna let more people get in, get more eyeballs on it, and we're gonna pop it out. We're gonna whip it out like what, about another top of the hour maybe. How that sound?
Sounds good.
Whatever you say.
Yeah, how everybody week?
Pretty good, productive, I would say. How are you guys?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. What more can I say? Oh yeah. What up, Thule?
You got it.
I probably do. Let me tell you something. I have been receiving a lot of different emails from everybody, a lot of text messages and fan mail. I apologize for y'all who I haven't responded. I'm taking my time trying to respond to each one. So I just want to let you know, don't feel as though I'm being left out if you haven't got a response. I try to make it my business to try to go down and get through it, but I'm flooded, y'all. I'm flooded, but I'm doing good. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yes, awesome.
I like your
Yeah, I learned something new this week.
What you learned?
Really?
I learned a new exercise routine. I worked out with a world-renowned professional athlete.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, sure.
You know what, ladies? Are y'all aware of rugby? You ever heard of rugby?
Yeah.
Joanna, so you know what rugby is?
Yeah.
Tula, you know what rugby is?
Yes, bueno.
Really? What's rugby?
It's soccer.
Nah, you see, you don't know what rugby is. You don't know what rugby is.
I mean,
It is. That's
she's
what
summarizing it.
Soccer? No. That is all. That's an
summarizing
insult.
Okay, well, it's not a football. It's like a soccer with football.
Hold on.
Hello?
Look, she trying to Google it. It's a
She's answering
it's like extreme football with no pass or nothing on it.
Right.
Anyway, I did a rugby exercise. Oh my goodness. I got a new rugby workout exercise.
I told you it was like.
Do you know that was the original soccer?
Huh?
So
I believe that was the original soccer.
You say it's the original what?
How
They-
soccer started, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Listen, that rugby exercise is serious. It's something serious. But your boy hanging in there. Y'all be proud of it. Y'all be real
We
proud
shall
of it. So
see.
that's something new that I learned.
I have to see it to believe.
You have to see it to believe it. Is that what you said?
Yeah, because
Oh.
somebody could have showed it to you. I want to see you in action.
Listen. It ain't about seeing and believing. You know what I mean? It's about some of those who just believe in because of my words say. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody.
Gotcha.
Videotape yourself and bring
Welcome
it
to the show,
radio.
Tony. We talking about rugby. You familiar with rugby, ain't you?
Yeah, yeah. You can do
Listen.
that for hardwood floors, depending on which one you want to do.
What?
Did he say? I heard him say something about hardwood floors. Is that what he said?
That. Like rugby.
Oh! That was delayed right there. That was delayed. Okay, I get what he's saying now.
Gosh,
Yeah, I'm just telling him how I did started a rugby workout I've been doing this week, man. That thing right there is amazing. Amazing. It's all different type of
You had a
things
wife.
to learn.
If you had a wife, you won't have to rub you. You'll let her do it.
You know what? That's true. Because I have got a lot of fan mail. And I want to tell y'all ladies, y'all keep that fan mail that y'all send me. Y'all keep it appropriate now. Because some of it been inappropriate. Y'all make sure y'all keep it appropriate, ladies.
Okay, what they saying?
They are saying that we are here. They are saying that we are here indeed. But yeah, so shout out again. That was a beautiful intro. So thanks again for that intro. Great job.
Let's. I don't think Tony's saying. I don't know.
I see what the new
Yeah.
No, I missed it coming on. I sent it to him to do it.
Yeah, we did it. We're gonna play it again at the top of the hour. We just let more people come in. We're gonna get more people to come in, so we'll play it again at the top of the hour. But everybody, we've been going good.
Working, running, behind the whole time. I want to say about love dot one.
I heard that.
What is the blue for? I'm trying to figure what is the blue for. He said at love dot.
Oh, Cap. That means he's lying.
Oh,
I got video.
Oh yeah, thank you so much.
I got
He
video.
looks like a little shirt, right?
Thank you.
I got
so
video.
Much. That 1, 2, 3, 4 count. He's gonna told 4 lies.
Listen. I got video footage about
Someone
rugby.
out there saying you're lying.
We ain't believing that. I think he's talking about all the women part.
See
Let's
that?
see it.
That's
not. I'm talking about you.
workout. Look at that. That's rugby. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You see that? That's rugby. Bam.
You know what?
That's what I worked out right there. There it. Bam. Exercise. Look at that. Getting the core right.
Getting knocked.
Look at that. Bam. And that's rugby right there. And I got a chance to work out doing that. Look at that.
You got
You can't tell me. You see it. Look at that.
That's real football.
Look at that. Look at that. Watch this right here. Look at that. Look at that. Bam. Look at that. Look at that. I think that's my cousin. I think that's my cousin right there. I think that's my cousin. Yeah, I think that's my cousin. Look at that. Look at that. Bam. Look at that. In there. Bam.
They had some of them. They had it was a white player. He came over and played NFL. He did well. He learned that that NFL football is serious. When you got on equipment, you can hit a whole lot harder.
Correct.
I mean, that's short-lived, dangerous. I know people. We played throw-up tackle. You did that, but you wind up getting hurt. Somebody bust the lip, teeth go through the lip. Somebody breaks something. It's safer to have on the equipment and make no mistakes. Guys will talk about NFL football. It ain't like you put them guys on that NFL field and let them see what kind of hits they get. You get lit up till tomorrow. So all of it is dangerous. As you can see how bad it is. And you have no helmet on or anything. You jumping out, it's so easy to pop on your neck. Guys go out all the time. To me, I mean, you can do it. I mean, that's what people want to do. I just say it's things you can do and be safer than to just sit and risk your life on. One hit, you let your neck. I mean, NFL players do it all the time. They out, concussion. Look at how them damage. These guys don't make enough money to play with no equipment. Now, I'm not knocking them. That's what you do. That's what you do. That's the sport they were given. But at the same time, think about the people. It's just like when they came out with MMA fighting.
Mm-hmm.
It was just bare knuckles. The Senate came in and made them change that. They made them put on gloves. MMA was getting, MMA was getting big reviews. Yeah, people getting busted up, man. It was just bare knuckles. So then they came in with the gloves. Oh yeah, if you go back, put up a video and see when they first started.
No, I mean they got it right now. They got bare knuckle fighting. They got it.
Yeah, but Senate stepped in on now. I'm sure it's on a lower level as far as not televised to the degree MMA. MMA still hadn't got off the ground. to where boxing is. You know what I'm saying? Those guys don't make millions of dollars. Those guys make thousands of dollars. And you taking some hard punches. I forgot the one fighter, the guy jumped in the air and kneed him in his forehead, and he just totally just crushed. His knee just crushed. They showed the x-rays of his skull. I'm talking about it was just broken up. I mean, it wasn't like a split. I'm talking about it was broken up. He hit him so hard. So, I mean, at some point, you got to start looking. When you fight like that, you need to be on the street.
You need to go home.
When you fight like that, you need a pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Anybody
Yeah.
hit me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That you referring to that's Michael Venom Page. He was in the MMA doing a fight or whatever.
Just about everything.
And he beat that guy in the head. I remember watching that fight.
And come back.
Right there to the head.
He was done. Oh, what? You didn't see nothing. You didn't see the X-ray. They showed the X-ray.
Just picked up
Oh,
speed.
this show the man head.
You see that he had he hurt that man bad, man.
Come on, show the man head now.
They need to show the X-ray of it. Yeah.
Oh, they ain't gonna show the man head.
They should
They
show
don't
the
show it
X-ray.
in that, but yeah, that man head got beat in so bad.
It was broke. You can probably pull up they showed the X-ray of it.
Mm-mm.
There's no way to repair that.
Ooh.
Give me a second. Yeah.
Oh, here it go. Here it go. I found one right there where it showed him up here smiling like an idiot. Let's see.
In July of 2016, Evangelista Cyber.
Thought this was it right here.
In July of 2016, Evangelista
Let's see.
Cyborg Santos faced off against Michael Venom Page at Bellator 158 and suffered one of the most gruesome injuries ever seen. During the closing moments of the second round, Page got Cyborg with a vicious
He
front knee,
got the
earning
knee,
a
but they don't show the-
sensational knockout win.
Everything you need in a fight, you lose.
They need
off
to show the head.
Runs into the jump.
After the knee landed,
Get out
Santos
with me.
was the ground, holding his head in clear agony. Unfortunately, the impact
Look at that.
ended up fracturing his.
Look at that.
Oh, look at his skull. Oh my
Look at that
God.
man head. Look at that. That's the skull, right? That's the picture they talk. Look at that. Ooh. Good.
Mm-mm.
That's
If you look
behind
at
one right there.
that picture, that's one thing. You need to see the X-ray of his head.
They showed that.
All this was that wasn't the X-ray. It's the
Yeah,
X-ray.
they just showed at the bottom of the
I
screen.
missed it. I'm sorry, I missed it.
Let me see if I can put it back up. So the screen is split in two. If you look at the picture on the bottom hand, that's what it showed. This one right here in the bottom, where it's split. It's your skull right there split.
It's because of the comment.
Oh, take that then. Mhm.
Huh?
I know what she's saying.
Okay, yeah, look at that. Oh wow. That's
Ooh.
bad.
Yeah.
How do you put a cast on that?
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Ooh.
Your brain is right behind that. So you talking about jarring? What's the damage some years from now? I know this is the problem I have with people. Sometimes at the expense of enjoyment, it's at other people's lives.
Mhm.
And you say, well, they get paid the money. What amount of money pays for that? If your brain, if it moves a slight bit, do you know what the impact was? How many people have hit their head on something have never done that? So you look at all it takes is a small movement of your brain and you spilling spit all over your mouth. You can't get your words out. You lost functionality. You lost balance. Is it worth? I mean, I know people, let somebody do it to you. No amount of money fixes that. If you married, if you got kids, your kids got to take care of you the rest of you. It's like wounded soldiers. They sit here, they take these soldiers, they pay them pennies on the dollar. And these guys think it's a great deal. You wreck people's lives. Some of these guys, when they come back home, and men and women, they're divorced. They lost their homes, their kids out of control. Their kids, I knew this couple, and I mean, he was a career soldier. He had to come home because he wound up getting sick, and he was I think he was a ranger. I mean, and they wound up separating because their marriage was based off of you travel, you come home so many times a year, and that's the relationship. Now you're home full time. You realize I've been in the military 20 some plus years. You know, while we've been married, I don't really know you, not where I'm just with you every day. I know you from letters. I know you from phone calls. I know you when I come in on leave, then I go back out. And
Yeah.
it just rests. And then if
It's
you've
not
been
the
in
same.
war, if you damaged, I mean, this is even worse. It's the fact that everybody, presidents, secretary of states, all these people who go and cause wars, they do it at the expense of innocent people, family, people, home. Then you come back, you're in a wheelchair, you got both your limbs missing, whether both legs, blind, whatever it is, and then you throw them on us and say, "Hey, send in $20 a day to help our men and women who've been injured." And I mean, I'm all for helping them, but I'm saying let's let the person who caused them the damage pay first. Don't throw them back on us and say they gave their lives for us, because I never told them to go over there and do that. I don't know anything, and I don't know enough, or nor do I have an accusation strong enough against an Iraqi, against an Afghanistanian, or any other of these people to say, go risk your life and I'll pay whatever it is the damage. And I think it's unfair to do it and throw them back on us and say, you won't support your local your servicemen. They put their lives on the line for you. You did not put your life on the line for us. You put your life on the line because the government told a lie. They started a fictitious war. And I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying they made the citizens and the soldiers fight each other in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Because now we don't appreciate them, and that's not the truth. We don't appreciate, any innocent people being killed, whether it's Americans or anybody else. But when they cause these wars, they throw them back on us and say, take care of them. They can't get sufficient help. When they go to the VA, they just hung out to dry. They're told nothing's wrong with them. I mean, the family doesn't know how to function with you. I mean, you've been gone, you've been damaged. You got whatever's wrong with you. You can't sleep. You've been listening to bombs. You've been watching. How do I treat you? Your family's not a medical physician or a psychiatrist, and you throw them back in society. And then when something go wrong, then the soldier looks like the bad person, or the wife looks like the bad person who realized you're not the person I married. The person I married didn't act like this. The person I married wasn't this person now. And you saying, oh, you're going to just leave me like this? It's like, I don't know you. I can't help you. And it's unfortunate. And they don't have any real help for soldiers in that line. How do you help put their homes back together? How do you help them adjust with their kids? This kid knows, seen his father, he or she, and now they see their father, mother. And they're like, I don't know you.
You know what? I think you brought up a good question. Y'all call. I want to ask y'all, what do y'all think as far as putting your life on the line as far as a job? We're relating to sports, other issues. What do y'all think? When is it right that you should put your life and your health on the line for a job? What y'all say, Tuli? What you say there, Dr. Joe?
It just depends on what. I think if it's a job that saves lives, yes.
I think every job puts your life in a line in different levels. Some are mentally, some are physically, some are emotionally, some are both. But we decide what we want to do. I mean, these people decided they wanted to go and fight for the country. They wanted to put their lives in the line.
What about the sports? What about the athletes?
Because of the resources that were given them.
Athletes, no.
No way.
Their decision. I don't think it's worth. I don't think it's worth playing football and destroying your life like that.
Now let me ask you this: do you say it's not worth that
because to play football?
Because when they look at it from the monetary aspect, they may look at it from the monetary aspect and say, "Hey, it might be worth it to do it."
They would, because they do take precautions as far as pads and learning how to tackle, learning how to get away from it. I guess. I just, I didn't like
it's a safe way. I think that's why they could probably get paid more, because there's more risk involved. What y'all think?
Yeah, that could be true.
What is the sport that's paid the most? Is it football?
The sport that get paid the most. So that's a trick question. That's a trick question. And the reason I say that's a trick question is because different sports are, some games are 60 minutes. Some sports are only 20 minutes. Some sports may have 82 games in a season. Some sports may only have, 162 games, I think
No,
by
but there
rule
is
of
a sport.
thumb, baseball is probably the highest paid in terms of the safest sport to play. It'll probably be baseball. That's
Correct.
probably one of the
No, but I
safest
know there's a
sports to
sport
play.
that's paid the highest.
Huh?
I think there's a sport that's I don't know if it's soccer.
So
I know
on
there's a
record,
sport that's paid
boxing,
the,
on
I
record,
don't know if it's
boxing has
boxing
been the sport that pays
or
the highest
football.
because some people have won millions and millions of dollars for a boxing match that only lasts about that 30, 40 seconds. When you look over Floyd Mayweather's career, he had some of the most highest paid fights, and his fights probably only maybe 30 minutes. So when you look at it from that aspect, Dr. Joe,
Excuse me.
it's going to be boxing.
Look at the risk.
No, it's basketball. I knew it. As the NBA generates huge sums of money yearly. So in America, I'm talking about in America, not in the world.
Mm-hmm.
They're not allowed.
So
Black
NBA,
ambition is exactly right. No sport
so
is worth
basketball is the
risking your
highest
life,
paid.
no amount of money.
What now?
Basketball, tennis. You look at golf. Look at Tiger. He had made boxing money, but you look at the kind of money. Well, he was on his way to being the first $1 billion athlete until they
Tennis
came
is paid
up with
well, yep.
tennis. Golf. But there is no sport there's no job that pays high money without risk, without sacrifice. Whether it's
Okay.
a corporate America, you're gonna lack
Yeah.
sleep, you're eating. Whatever it is, anything that pays high money is stress. Pastoring.
Black Ambition.
So believe it or not,
Black Ambition, have you ever played sports? Because I'm looking at his comment and I'm curious to know because it says no amount of money is worth risking your life for someone else's entertainment. But I'm curious to know if Black Ambition has played sports
Yeah.
because most of y'all actually risk y'all life and health for free. Y'all about here playing this Pop Warner free stuff.
As a kid,
That's
that's what
true.
it started at. And the only reason you play that for free because you're in hopes of one day making the big money. The allure to bring kids in to play Little League is the fact that what? I'm trying to be like my favorite player. I want to be rich. I want to be
I
famous.
agree.
There's a lure. Kids don't just play it; they play it because there's a lure to it. They tell them, "Hey, they'll pay for your school. You can at college. You can get in the pros.
Yeah.
You become an athlete, professional athlete. You can make millions and millions of dollars, and you can buy things. You can do things. So that I think with all these sports, they should be kind of toned down, where it's less injury. Honestly, with all the sports they play, the most I would say pay somebody is $500.
What?
If you listen, you out here for 49 minutes. You make $500 in 49 minutes. You've done well.
Ooh. Wow.
Listen, it's not even affordable. The kind of money you spend to go to this stuff, a Super Bowl, $40,000. By the time you pay for the ticket, $40,000. That's not even affordable. It's not even
Ridiculous.
practical. Do you know what you can do with $40,000?
Mm-hmm.
$100,000 people pay for this stuff for sweet song. It's your business. Don't get me wrong. It's your money. Hey, do as you please. I'm not knocking
Right.
you. That's your money. But let's be practical. We made things just unobtainable.
Yeah.
Look at the society today. They want to like inflation. While people are upset about how the economy is gone, let's be practical on why the economy is gone this way. You put too much money in the hands of people and people weren't working. People started getting ridiculous amount of money to work due to COVID because people weren't coming out. So the people that would, they started paying, a lot of money, which brought other people back out. I knew they had to come to work. So when these people came back out, when they had these large amounts of money, the only way to balance it out was to take the price of goods up.
Yep.
So now you have the increase on the pay, but let's do the cost of goods and cost of living. We went from $700, $800, $900, $1,100 a month. Which if you paid $1,100 a month years ago in Atlanta, you lived in a very nice community, an apartment.
Yeah.
We've gone to $2,200 a month. We went from people paying $1,000 a month mortgage,
That was a
who was
lot.
paying, who was like 800, to what, 1,700. The average mortgage now is probably what, $1,500, $1,700, and that wasn't the case before. So you
Mm.
taking the prices of goods up because you're taking the price, like truck drivers. Truck driver. It was a time if a guy said, "Man, if I make $1,000 a week, I'm good." $1,000 a week, he has no expense. He has nothing in the truck. All he does is drive. $1,000 a week. We're like, wow, it's a lot of money because you're walking away with all profit.
Right.
You're not walking away with repairs, fuel, truck maintenance. You're walking on with that's your money. They say, well, I still got to buy stuff. You're walking straight from your money to pay whatever your lifestyle is. An owner has to take money to pay for their equipment, pay for their insurance, pay for the places that they lease. Then they can start looking at taking profit. And that profit, again, has to pay their lifestyle. So when you start looking at it, they had to crash the economy. Too many people were making too much money. Do you know the average truck driver? Do you know we paying this guy $1,850 a week? This is come home every night. You're making $1,850 a week, and you come home every day. You don't check the truck out. You don't do anything. You pull up. You complain. You say, "Hey, hook the trailer up for me when I come in. I don't even want to hook up the trailer." They're paying $1,800. We paying $1,850 to sorry people who would not even hook the truck up to the trailer.
Yeah.
Go out, complain, and come back. They don't want to wait at the customer. They're gonna leave. $1,850 a week. This is your money that you take to pay your life. This ain't your money you pay for fuel. You pay for anything dealing with the truck. Owner has to do what? Pay for the truck, pay for the fuel, pay for factoring the. We have to factor the bills. That's 4% before we get any of our money. Boom. The driver's getting 28, 30% of the money. You also got to pay for fuel. You also got to pay for insurance. You got to pay for parking. You got to pay for repairs. You got to pay for maintenance. So when you get through with this, the owners, we're losing. And there's no way to keep business. And people are like, why are these businesses closing down? Let's go to McDonald's workers, QT workers have gone to $18.75 to stay here to push a cash register button. You don't load bill, you don't load up nothing. You stand pushing next customer. Next customer. What pump? Pump 5. Next customer. How the hell is that? Next customer. Pump 6. All right, pump 6. These people get almost $20 an hour.
$2.
So how much are the cost of goods going? Because QT got to look at, I got 6, 7 people in here making almost $20 an hour. These just starting. So what are my veterans getting my managers? Which means I have to go up on my costs. So when people talk a lot of time, they don't speak from the end of being an owner. Understand it. You don't make like they talk, the NFL owner, they getting rich. Let's see. Who's paying for the plane that move these people? Who's paying for the hotel? Who's paying for the food? Who's paying for the uniforms to be washed and equipment to be cleaned? Who's paying for the Gatorade? Some of this stuff is, okay, Nike or Reebok, who's smart, they'll give you something. They're not giving you no plane to fly. Nobody's giving you free rooms. You got these people insurance. You got retirement you matching. You got a lot of money. You got these guys, they want $300 million. Now, for baseball, let's be practical. You got $100 million contract. Let's do the math. You paying 62 games? Let's break down $100 million over 162 games. Are you really making that much money?
Right.
Let's do $200 million. Look how many games you're playing. You're playing a 4-game series wherever you go. You're not playing a game, go home, go to sleep, see you in 2-3 days. 4-game series. And every night when you finish, I've dealt with this. I used to have an agent was a member of me. So I've been out to these people and seen them. When they get finished at night, these guys don't go home. They're down they're down there eating. They have food brought in, they're gonna eat. They just finished playing, you hurt, you sore, you tired. When they eat, a bus comes and get them, takes them to the hotel, okay? You get back up. If you have a 4 o'clock game, you're back at the stadium about 11 o'clock on the field practicing.
Check this out. something that you said earlier about the baseball or about the truck drive. You were talking about the salaries, breaking stuff down. While you were talking, I pulled up some things on the salary that I wanted to share. Some of y'all may already know this, but something I found that was interesting is the actual poverty line. I'm curious. Do any of y'all know where the poverty line starts at?
And for a yearly,
The salary, annual salary. Yeah, we got poverty line for a one person household. You know, two people, three people household. What do y'all think that the poverty line starts at?
about 28,000.
I was gonna say 30.
So according to this graph
What
right
is
here,
considered poverty?
this right here is the comparison from the 2022 income and 2023 income for individuals. The federal poverty level
I
is
I think it's at
13,590
50.
for 2022, and now it's up to 14,580. So what this is actually a net. So in order to net 14,580, I think that puts you as what, like maybe 21, 22,000.
Depend on your tax bracket.
So check this out. For different families, for a family of two is 19,000, family of three is 24,000, and for a family of four is 30,000. That's the poverty line according to the federal poverty level for as of 2023. Now here's what I found interesting. What I found interesting is now that we know what's considered the poverty line, now let's go and let's take a look at the average black household salary. And these numbers right here is basically saying, according to the U.S. Census, the median income of black private households from 1990 all the way to 2021 was 18,406. So that basically means that the average black household lives in poverty.
Hmm.
Interesting. What y'all think about that?
I don't believe it.
um,
And then you're not living if you're making $18,000 a year.
That's what I said. Like, how can someone
You're
live
not
like
even
that?
living. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. Because if you make numbers, how much are you getting every 15 days? Pretty much, you can't even pay rent.
So that was 2021. So that's from 1990 to 2021. So that's approximately 30 years. It goes on to say, however, the incomes for African Americans have improved, and the median income for black families is 27,000 a year. So it went from 18,000 in from 1990 to 2021, and now it's up to 27,000 a year. So now it says the average black hole median is still 27,000, and that's the household. So that still puts
That
us in the
means they're
poverty line.
making, listen, if that's the case, that means they're making $519 at $27,000. You're making $519,000 before taxes. If you divide it by 52 weeks,
oh,
there's no way a family can survive with $519 before taxes.
That's why it's called a poverty line.
But I don't believe it. The average person is nowhere to stay. Where can you stay? We're saying family. We're
mhm.
not talking about roommate with nobody. We're talking about a family. That means a spouse, another
Yeah,
person, and a kid. There's no way at
absolutely.
$28,000 divided. That's $517 a week before taxes. You got fit, sit, which is federal income tax, state income tax, fit and sit. Then you got Medicaid, and you got Social Security, which
So
But
means that family will
that's
be living off about
right.
$300 and $300 a week. This is stuff we did in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
So what the recent report just shows, and this report stands as of July 7th, just a few weeks ago, it says black workers comprise 90% of recent unemployment spike. What it's saying is that amongst blacks for the year 2023, 90% of the unemployment files are black people. What y'all think about that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that could be very well true, but you got to remember at the same time that a lot of people work on the table that don't report. So the data is only, of course, acquired by people, you
Yeah.
know, that are documented. It's so many undocumented people that work and make money. A lot of people do a lot of stuff, drug deal. There's a lot of illegal things that people do to make money. I'm not
Hustles.
justifying. So when they get these numbers, they get because what people are telling them. I don't believe it's actual factual. I do believe that poverty is a major problem in the U.S. I mean globally, and I do believe that our people represent a large majority of those people. It's because we don't actually. The difference is we play in the system. We're not a creator of the system. See, when you look at the minority but majority ruler, they set themselves up because they created the system. There's always a way for them to function in it. The only way for us to function is that the system overruns us, it rapes us, it degrades us, it incarcerates us, it makes us sick, it makes us homeless. I mean, it makes us homosexual. It's their system,
Hmm.
and I told I remember talking with our young people, our kids, how there was no relief for them unless you have a military, unless you have banking, unless you have infrastructure, unless you are a grower producer of foods and a manufacturer, you you can't really you really can't succeed. You know what I'm saying? You need to be able to create some. If you look on the world market, what people miss on the world market, everybody that deals at the world market is you bringing something there. You know what I'm saying? It's like the farmers market. Don't say you're a farmer if you're not bringing anything to the market. You just a purchaser. And until we can start bringing products and we can start sitting at the table saying, I have goods to trade. You know what I'm saying? We won't ever get anywhere.
See,
You
I
can
don't
get all
believe
them.
this.
What is that?
It says it matters a great deal that white
60%.
Americans, I'm sorry, white Americans hold
I don't think
84%
60%.
of the total U.S. wealth, but only make up 60% of the population, while black Americans hold 4% of the wealth and make up 13% of the population. This right here is basically confirmation of the wealth gap. I think
Yeah,
a
but there's a
while
lot
back
of
we
people.
played a cartoon video of the wealth gap showing the
Mhm.
race and how far behind we actually get and become in the wealth gap.
The
And it's
well,
just some data as of October 2022, basically confirming that cartoon video that we saw.
well, let me say this: we didn't need the cartoon for that. I like the car. You can play it, so people can see it. But at the same time, what's practical is again we're in their system. You
Yep.
can't come in my house and do what you want to do in my house. You can say
Right.
you grown, you just can't do it in my house. This is his house. We're in his house until we can create a structure, until we can create something that's comprised of an idea that we came up with that's for the betterment of us. Then this is the system we stuck with. They can go get your guns, go get your pen and paper, go get your whatever your mask. Go ahead and start marching, talking about your life matter. But if your life really mattered, we would do things that would be more productive toward our existence. And the
You
day
got a
we don't
point.
do, I'm just to be honest. Where's
Yeah.
our bank? Listen,
Yeah.
we're not talking about a bank. If I let's say this, us five, let's do this. Can we agree that we need banking?
Yes,
So
sir.
we'll go and open up a bank. It's not that we don't have the money to do it to start the bank. We have the money to do it. The problem is you're
Hmm.
still in a lock under their system. If you
Facts.
look at India, if you look at China, if you look at Europe, regardless of what happens in America's economy, it affects them because we trade. If you notice, you don't shut us down
Right.
because we're under their system and we open a bank, you can still be shut down. Let's do this. Let's start opening up grocery stores. If we open up grocery stores and we don't manufacture the food, if we don't
Right.
produce food to put in the store, still you
Right.
need to trade outside. That's just business. You need to trade, but you need to be a producer of something, not just a seller. That still doesn't put you anywhere. So now,
Yeah.
like we're car dealers too. Okay, the people who make the real money, you're gonna look at Henry Ford. These people produce the cars. They manufacture the cars. You know what I'm saying? They have the dealerships. They put dealerships out here for this. And these guys sell cars. So they have a control over it. Everybody else, we're under them to get what they drop. You get what they drop and try to put it back out. Versus we need to be the people do the dropping.
Mhm.
There are insects and animals in the world. They eat the defecation. You're like dung beetles. So if an animal or a human doesn't drop waste, how do they survive? This is the problem of the so-called Negro and the brown man. You have to get where you're on the top of the food chain. We're not. We eat what they drop. Dung beetles. Can you please show a dung beetle?
Yes,
They
sir.
don't see it in action. See, I can help our people. Our people don't want to help them. They don't want the truth. And it's not even. And it can be told without trying to. Let's do this. And I've been guilty of too. It don't take nothing to talk about how bad the white person is, and how bad the system is. It takes nothing, and almost everybody would agree. But at the same time, unless we come up with real ideas to change our situation, to keep talking about the same thing we talked about for over 400 years, we hadn't progressed though doing that. We don't have to degrade the white man in order for us to go somewhere. We don't have to run him down to. I know they say, "Oh, no, I'm not selling out anything." I'm just telling you, I've been a part of it, and we hadn't grown. We hadn't went anywhere. If we went somewhere, I'm the first one to do it. But you got to stop doing stuff don't work. If I'm throwing a left hand at either one of you and you keep blocking it every time I throw it, why do I keep
Got a
left?
point. Got a point.
Stop left handing your way and let's do it the right way. They're blocking it left, so let's do it the right way.
Mhm.
I'm so tired of our people. We just bad off, and people have posed it like they helping us. No one has come to help us. There is some genuine people out there. They won't let you know them. There's like, listen, they're gonna block them. They're gonna lie on them because they don't want you to sit down and tell the truth. They don't want you to hear the truth. A lot of our problems have been us. People have used our hurt. People have used our misunderstanding of things and used it against us and came to look like they were friends when they were really foes.
Mhm.
Look how many preachers have slept with, if it's true with Dr. King. I know everybody loves Dr. King. I'll say today he's one of the greatest orators we've known in our time. I know in the time of my living, he's one of the greatest orators I've heard.
Yeah.
You call him up pages, whatever you said. If you said it first, you didn't say it better than he did when he said it. You probably said, "Yeah, I had a dream." But when King said it, it's the way he said it, it's the way he leaned his head with it, that he can make you envision what he was saying. That was the power of Dr. King. You could visually see the dream he's going to tell us about. When he said, "I had a dream." When he said it, you say, "He's seen this." If somebody else said it, you say, "Man, shut up. Oh, you're not talking about it." So we got to look at, very few people have helped us. They either slept with our women, they either were drunks. I mean, they were light. They stole money from us. I mean, wow, it ain't everybody. The good ones you don't get the shine. They don't give you the shine. You try to tell our people the truth. You try to help people. I mean, it's bad. And we can help ourselves without, always the white man, the devil, the white man. At some point, can we have a speech that doesn't entail the time we waste talking about him? Let's take that time and energy and hate we have for him and let's build up us.
Mhm.
I heard that.
Let me ask something. Can it put us any further back? Have we not heard the speeches of our people? I've been a part of them. So I ain't nobody talking about listening to the people. I've been a part of it. And when you got to sit down what's practical, how much time do you keep wasting on how bad of a person he is when you're not progressing?
Let me ask you this. When history shows once we progress successfully, we're then dismantled and thrown down, with the wiser way for us to build is more so, I guess, under the radar.
No, I don't believe that. What they'll say is when we build ourselves, I don't believe it. See, you can't build yourself inside of his system. You have to listen. He learns what you have to do is study from him. If you notice, there's no place that the Caucasian race does not, exist in. You know what I'm saying? Everyone recognizes him. A minority. Everyone recognizes it. Everyone knows what happened. If he goes in your country, if something happened to him. Okay, Dr. Joe, you're from, what was it? Where you from?
El Salvador.
El Salvador. Dr. Joe, I'm a white man. I'm in El Salvador. I get beat up. by some El Salvadorian. Tell me what's finna happen to El Salvador people? You finna get a check.
If a white man goes there and says he's Salvadorian,
I'm a white man.
it's cutting off. I'm sorry.
Okay, ain't know what happened. Like she said, keep talking. What you about to do? You about to keep on moving because you're gonna get yourself hurt, homeboy. Remember that Akuma Matata? Yeah. So listen, I'm a white man. I go to El Salvador. I get beat up by some El Salvadorian. Okay. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen once I report this to the police? It's gonna be trouble for them people over there. I come up missing. I get shot.
Once you report it to the police, believe it or not, yeah, they're very white people are protected
everywhere. Listen, and I'm gonna tell you, Africa. I went to Africa, firsthand seen it. They don't bother with them. They have the highest respect. I've seen it firsthand in Africa. I thought when I went here, you seen it there too. I ain't never seen a Jesus that white in my life.
They ain't even need security. They can walk by themselves.
Listen,
they don't even need security.
They don't.
It's almost like they're invisible.
Yeah.
When I tell you, I seen people grab their stuff, hold door for them. I seen that white lady come out. Man, listen, she had a red.
It's the same.
Anywhere. But let me say this.
It's the same thing in my country. It's the same thing.
If something happened to one of them, it could be Mexico. Listen, when they hit the news that a white man, a white woman was kidnapped, hurt, missing, assaulted, their own police gonna put the pressure on. Not the U.S. gonna put some. This is what I wanted to get you to see. This not again. I don't waste the time running down. I just want you to see. Just function like. That's all I need our people to function like. They put so much pressure on your government that the government come down there. They don't have to put one American soldier. The government of those people in El Salvador they're gonna put the pressure on them people, on that community, so they get answer. Somebody gonna tell something. Somebody gonna turn somebody in. But think about this: it is because of the military. It's because how they finance themselves and they put their money into other people's economy.
It's
so I
money.
hurt you on so many ways. Right. I mean, it ain't just money. I hurt you politically because I can bring a bad word at this table when all the nations sit down. This will cause you to be ostracized. I can put my military down here and we will fight you and we will cut you off. Not only will we fight you and we will cut you from trading. We will hurt you in so many ways. It ain't no, okay, you want to fight, No. There's more than a fight. You want to be able to trade. I'm going to cut off your passport. You can't lose. You can't leave. So they have a system set up to where they don't have to violently do anything. It's the verbal of what they said that caused the harassment. Look at what they did. Listen, when you can tell two countries fighting, I got 50 other countries. We're going to give Thule guns. We're going to give you guns. You hear me too? I'm going to give you guns. I'm going to give you ammunition. I ain't going to fight now. I'm going to give you guns, ammunition. I'm going to give you planes. I'm going to give you anything. Let me tell you something, Dr. Joe, you tell all them other countries, if I find out anybody give Love Doctor some bullets, a grenade, I'm going to put so many sanctions on you, I'm going to punish every one of them. Do you understand? Nobody can publicly come out and say, I give Russia arms. That's how powerful. I just want you to see the movement. Their mouth and they connect to you so many ways to where I hurt you financially. I will cut you off financially. I will cut you, listen, militarily, I will cut you off. I will hurt you politically. I will hurt you at a table where everyone sits down to eat. You don't have anyone to sit down at that table for you. I'm telling people, listen, I am that guy. I can talk to them at that table for you. Believe it or not, I can talk to them. Listen, when I go in, I got to be wearing bullets. Listen, I'm telling you, I can talk for us at that table. But what I say, we're going to have to back it up. Listen, we're going to have to back it up. Until we start creating, until we can start here, but you have to make sure you're furnishing the money, your money. And when you're getting the money, this is what you have to do if you're going to bank. We have to get our people to bank with us. And when we get their money, we have to trade their money outside of us. Okay? Then we got to take the profits of what we made from outside of us, bring it back into us, and we got to dispense it back out. So now our people be taught the same plan. when I give you back this money, I need you to take this money. I need you to push it outside of us. I need you to bring it back into us. It's the same practice when a man go out and get his check. He bringing his check back home. But where is he working? He's used to, remember, work. You used to work outside the home.
Yeah.
To get monies to bring back into the home. I'm telling y'all the same principle. Listen, I do this for a living. I am that guy. If I was sitting at that table, I'm telling you, I can get movement for us. No
You
one
gotta
has,
get you at the table.
I'm trying to listen.
You gotta get
I'm
in.
not afraid to listen. You have to be willing to sit at the table. You have to have bullets. When they come in with suits, I had to come in. Listen,
You gotta have bullets with you on.
I'm just being honest. I'm telling. They said, "Well, Tony, I say today, the way you dress is offensive." I tell them the way you dress has been offensive because I seen your conduct from your dressing. Your conduct from your dressing have landed young brown and yellow men and women in prison. The way you dress have put more people on insulin, blood pressure pills from the way you dress. Those people don't dress like thugs. Those people who administrate and run those places wear suits. The people that made the decision to get involved in the war or to attack Afghanistan, attack Iraq, wore suits. The military just fought it. The decision made wore suits. So it's an offense. So I have to go in and be willing to tell these people I came to this table to sit down and tell you how we'll be operating from this point forward. We have a military. We have funding. We have a seat at this table. We can manufacture, we can produce. We can operate and we can govern ourselves. The same way that people will respect you wherever you go.
That's
And
right.
that respect should be from every race. Every person should have that. What I'm saying for people look like listen, everyone should be responsible. No, it's not white people responsible to make sure that black people, quote unquote, have security, have education. I think that's piss poor of us that we even said it to them. Let me ask y'all a question. Who puts their responsibility of their survival in your hands? What race?
That's a good question. What we're gonna do is take 1 second at the bottom of the hour. Let's go ahead and do the little intro that we just had, and we come back. We're gonna have Sheriff Bostic added to the screen.
That's
Thank y'all
right.
for watching Two Mics of the Mind. Let's go.
We're about to take it back. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Tony and Julie on the radio. Dr. Joe's therapy on the radio. The love got me going live on the radio. Two mics and the mind on the radio. Radio, turned up 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 on the radio. Two mics and the mind. Two mics and the mind. Two mics and the mind. Two mics and the mind.
Yeah. Woo! Hey, that's a great job on that video, man.
It was. I'm just trying to figure out how wasn't the lyrics changed. Because I know I said that to somebody. I said,
I love it.
What up?
His caricature is really like looks like him, and so does
Wow. Oh, Tuli, you ain't right. Tuli, you ain't right.
What do you mean? I'm serious. I'm not. His really looks like him. That's a great likeness of him.
I think they did a great job on special shout out to the artist who drew that.
Yes.
and the video
Yes.
maker, the person that
Yes.
put that her own, she made that video and sent it. This man said, "Wow,
What's her name?
send the dog."
Yes.
What's her
Sheriff Bostic, what's going on, man? Welcome.
Very nice.
Man, what's going on, man? Glad to be here, man. Sorry for the delay, but I'm in the building.
Hello.
Yeah. You know what, man? You tuned in right on time, man. We talk about some good topic. We talking about building and everything. And I want to get back to the topic that Tony was talking about. But real quick before I do, tell me, you got any experience with rugby? In your opinion?
Yes.
What do you think is a lot more tough and physical than football, or do you think football with the pass is more physical?
Football is physical because you're coming at a higher speed at each other. Rugby is more up close, but it's physical. Football is coming at a much higher speed at each other. They don't have no kickoff. They're football. You don't have nobody traveling 15 some miles an hour fast across the field or nothing like that.
Gotcha.
But rugby is tough because it's close and like more wrestling. Stuff like that. Nose bleed, no face mask. It's like throwing tackle in the yard, basically. We're grown up.
Yeah. I told him that how I started.
Yep. Spot on.
Yeah.
That's what Tony called it.
Yeah, I don't, there's no way. You see how many people got concussions in rugby and football, and that'll give you your answer.
I told him that. Everything you saying, I told him.
Spot on, man. I've been doing a workout exercise they've been giving, man. But ultimately, what ended up happening is that rugby topic ended up transitioning to
What is that consistent
I'm trying to find where for the kick in.
What's up? Oh, I just started. Give me 2 weeks. I just started. Give me 2 weeks. That's all I had. 2 weeks.
What do you do?
I ain't got much to listen. I ain't got much. Listen, rather than tell you what I'm doing too, I'm gonna show you. See me in 2 weeks.
All right.
Man,
Yeah. But over what they was doing is they were talking about we were talking about people getting injuries and versus is it really worth the money, and they kind of sort of transition all the way down through money itself, truck drivers, how they make money, some of their costs and stuff like that all the way down. We talked about the wealth gap, some of the poverty lines, and ultimately Tony was just talking about building and how to just pool our resources together and create our own. In your experience, do you also find it challenging trying to build with other people of the same you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because everybody more like they say the crabs in the barrel, right?
Yeah.
I believe there's 4 crabs to the story, and when I say 4 crabs, you got one crab trying to get out, and the other crab pulling them back. You got one crab that already made it out and left the other ones there. And you got the last crab, he's standing at the top of the pot, throwing rocks at the other crab, hindering anything from coming out. So you got those people that have made it out and never give the other people that's behind the blueprint on how to make it out. And in one scenario, hindering other crowds from making it out. So I think you gotta look at the people that are successful and don't allow the blueprint to give, because a lot of people get the blueprint and they mess it up to where you'll never get it again. So, it's one of them things, it's kind of like, man, once we get it, I don't want to tell nobody else, I don't want to mess it up. Underground Railroad, what they call Harriet Tubman.
Mm-hmm.
She ran it, but a lot of people don't know that Harriet Tubman worked for the United States Army. Infantry. Well, she did that. She learned the system. She learned that system, came back and helped the people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened. And she was one of the first ones to get military.
I got you. Your reception come in and out a little bit, but I think I heard what you just said at the end. If you're still there, I got a question. I asked this question to the whole panel based on something that Boxer just said. And that is, panel, in y'all opinion, what is the blueprint? I think we lost Boxer. He was saying knowing and understanding the blueprint. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
Okay, what is the blueprint? I think that's a great. Everything you said was great. You were coming in and out, but I think I caught majority of what you were saying. I was going to ask the panelists, what is the blueprint that you're referring to? What is the blueprint?
I mean, in my opinion, how did you make it? Anybody that's successful, when you ask the question, man, how did you make it? Of course, they're gonna say hard work, dedication, blase, blase, all that good stuff. But what connections did you use?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I
Yep.
use that resource to move you forward, to help me? The problem is we mess up connections for people.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
And so when
Yep.
when you burn somebody else's bridge that they use to cross over, they can't allow nobody else to come over
Yeah.
because you don't know how to conduct yourself. We have to be
Mm.
trained on how to conduct and use other people's resources without doodling on them and and knowing how to say thank you and don't overboard take.
Yep.
We don't know that. You get what I'm saying? So that starts with education on how do we treat, how do we move. Once they, nobody not gonna give you their blueprint because they gonna lose funds. I always say, in order for somebody else to get, somebody gotta lose. And it's a shell. You gotta, and once you get, you gotta be willing to help. Problem is, we don't never go that third leg, and we don't know how to be thankful for the help that other people give us. And sometimes it's just gonna be a little bit. You gotta learn, and you gotta go to somebody else and learn it all. The game, as they say, is to be sold, not to be told. But it's a sad thing when we trying to advance ourselves as a people, because a lot of the things we not there. You got to think. Oprah Tyler Perry, the big wigs. The biggest thing that they're trying to do is getting Oscars. That's why Monique fell out with them, because they wanted her to campaign for an Oscar, and Monique said,
Right.
"Who paying me?"
Exactly.
And they're trying to say, no, you have to keep going. We're trying to regulate the people. Monique said, who's paying you? They didn't pay her. Then they shadow banned her and they cut her out.
By her husband sitting it too. Her husband said,
They brought him in the room. They brought him in the room. But with over all the big things and told them, then we give you responsibility.
I enjoy what he's saying. The reception is coming a little in and out.
How can you enjoy what he's saying if you can't hear him right now?
Well, what I'm saying is I've been able to hear up until the reception going out. I've been enjoying what it is that he's saying. The reception going out. Let's give him a little minute to see if he can hear the rough patch, right through a rough patch. But a question I have for y'all, and this question will be for Tony and Bostic, is I do realize y'all do a lot when it comes to building and establishing our own as far as helping provide opportunities for the people. My question to y'all would be, what is something that someone who is a advocate or a follower or people you're trying to help, what is things that they can do to help your plight a little more smoother, a little more easier?
I tell you what people have to learn is patience. What'll shoot you, and a lot of times people are running around you because they feel like, it ain't moving as fast as they want. But if you learn how to move the right way, people can turn around and hand it to you. I was young and ambitious, driving toward the hell. I always just had a high drive for noon. And with that, you can move faster sometimes. And I put myself out of some good situations from not just want to wait my time. People will come in, they'll look at what you got, and they be like, I want that. That's not what you want to say. What you want to do is you just learn how to just follow and let time play its time for you. When it play a time for you, it'll be your time to shine. But what happened? You never seen in your lifetime. You ain't never seen two suns. It's always been one of them. So you gotta wait for your time to shine. That's just being honest. Even with Yahushua, when he came down, he didn't try to claim, but all he kept giving you was, this is the hour of the Father. If we're gonna have a conversation, I'm gonna talk about the Father. When I tell you what I can do, I'm gonna tell you I can do it because of the Father. Okay? When I become a father, then I can tell you how I did it. And I can tell you more about me. But son does what it does, and people don't learn how to let that time play, let it do what it do, because there's other things you need to learn. Like people don't wait and they'll watch. And I got one that did, one that's doing it. But that's another thing I talk about. But you learn, it's things you learn besides money. If all you learn is money, you're gonna get money, you're gonna lose it. When you get money, you have to learn how to use money. Money is a tool. That is the truth. Money is a tool. Even with your mouth, to get you to be in the places and speak and talk, you gotta know how to use money. And then you gotta know how to take money, and you gotta know how to make money with money, not just break your back to make money. People don't respect people that break their back to make money. Even the players, you see there talk about how the owners, you don't see the owners hang out with the players, do you?
Not at all.
They make a lot of money. You know what they look at? Because I pay you. They look up and they pay them, so they don't want to do that. They want to keep that distance from them. They don't want them to think that level is the same as where they're at. You got what I'm saying? But you had to get people learn, like, wait your time. When you wait your time, you'll see things fall the way it got to go. But don't just learn money. You want to learn how people move. When I was a preacher before being a pastor, there's a lot of things I watched and I learned, and it helped me to be better when my time came. My time came a little early to do some circumstances, but when I say early, it would have seemed to be later, but it came early. And in doing that, it's things I had to watch and had to learn. People look at, I want to learn how to preach. You'll be speaking words, but you got to learn people. See, what I learned people. I learn people. I know when to say when. I know when there's things I can say to people because I learn people. I know who you can address and how you can address them. I know why I address people. I address situations when I do. I learn people. And a lot of times what people try to learn, they try to learn how to preach. I don't learn how to preach. That's one thing. That's only one part. You gotta learn people. You know how many people can preach and nobody follow them because they don't
got
know
a point.
Because but that come with waiting your time. Because all you want to do, I want to learn how to preach. And what you didn't learn the other things you got to do when you preach. And then when people come, what do? I know how to preach. Okay, they need care. I can preach. So a lot of things ain't just money. It ain't just, don't learn money. You'll get it. If you watch a person that do it, if you just learn to follow and learn to sit, you'll see how it come back around. But a lot of people can't wait for that. Everybody want to be, once a guy come out rap, he want to be the best rapper in the world today. Not overtime. Nobody want to be at overtime. So when the best is already up there, what is the best doing when they hear you say that?
Right.
I need to stop you. You coming for me.
Right.
There's a lot of things out here when you do, you got to really know how to do and how to move. You learn. When you learn some stuff back off. You learn back off. It is the better thing. I said something, I had to say it like that. I said people don't give you the blueprint, but if you learn to watch, if you got somebody they let you sit around, they doing it, don't just learn money. You're gonna lose. You gotta learn the whole system because it can't just be money. That can't go learn from a bank robber. Get a gun, just run in and get it, but you got a big risk.
Right.
Interesting. That's interesting.
That's true.
Ladies, y'all got any commentary? Dr. Joe, Thule, Bostic, are you back?
No, he'll say something come back. You hear that noise in the background. He's driving.
Okay.
I'm sure he can hear us though. And what he's saying the truth though, man. It's just
absolutely
hard to follow and have people say, and you get people like I tell people, you have a cousin when you get a backing, and you got a back. That's a lot you could do. I don't have no backing, so I have to do everything. Just kind of it's just me. I just had to go. I had to just, what I'm saying. It's jumping in the wind. Like I said, when you spin the wind, that thing comes straight back to you. So you have to be, you have to really have your mind made up and really be set to where you know what you're doing, and you got to have, it's a lot. You have to jump out here and listen, you out here. Listen, you can drown. you can lose everything.
Ain't that the truth?
I'm telling you. I mean, one move. Listen, you know that. You know how you are, Joke. You won't take no risk, and you don't realize you taking a risk when you don't take. I'm telling you. But see, I'm telling you, it's a way to live. It's a way to live.
Huh?
Y'all understand? Yeah, it's a way to live. It's a way to live.
Okay.
For me, I know.
Pay attention, Tula.
I know him. The way he live, he try to jump, but then he like this. I can't live like that. I just go at it. Listen. I take that chance. I do it. Listen.
So is that? I mean, that's what.
I mean, it worked for him, but then you
right.
Well, when I say that, the problem becomes with a lot of people. They live to such a safety to it keeps them almost imprisoning themselves. So you have to have a level of don't, but then some people, because they feel they don't actually aspire for what they actually could do. That holds them back. For me, why not go? I mean, if I want to do it, I'm gonna do it. I say I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go for it.
How does a person handle it if that is their case? They don't want to move fast because they don't want to make a big mistake, and they're trying. How do you separate it to determine whether it's being cautious or it's being scared?
For me, I think I guess you have to look at the history of a person when they make a decision. How many times have you done that? Then you look at the success of it. Then you look at the mental state when you do things. For me, I look at I want to make sure I'm in a good place for me first with my creator, Yahuwah. From there, I want to make sure I'm in a good place with myself, and always have. And I try to look at my reason for why I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? And it's to even better myself and to help create this functionality and this, and at the same time I want an existence while I'm here. And I think a lot of time our people just work to live. You just work to work. You know what I'm saying? You don't live out of it. Some people they just get up to go to work with get them go to work. Get them go to work. I gotta go to work. You can get caught in that system where life will drag you while other people are living, and I don't want life to drag me. I'm not gonna be drugged. I've done that. I realize you can just get up and you don't even realize you're in a whole world of people that can't think outside of that, and you need people to do that. But then there's some of us we have more of an ability to where we say I can't do that. I don't want to do that. I'll push to do everything I can to keep from doing that. They'll do everything they can to keep doing it.
That's funny.
Love to get a push from me to get away from that job. And he ain't never seen life no better.
And I sure appreciate that. Let me ask you this: how do you manage the there's actual physical ailments associated with sometimes being pushed out of your comfort zone? Like sometimes if you feel a tightness or something in your chest and things like that, how do you push past that when you feeling it, you feeling the tightness lump and you going to bed at night and you just feeling this, throughout the course of your day? How do you manage and push through that?
I don't think you should push past. I think you should address what it is. Find out what it is. I don't think you should push past it because you ignore certain things quicker.
I mean, you're gonna look at. You gotta look at when you make decisions. Have your decisions been the best decision? So I look at, okay, I've had anxiety to come and things that have not made decisions, but I still have to look at my end of if I don't move a certain way, then I cut off what I do. So you got to know when to move, and the only way to do that is to look at your overall. How well are your decisions?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna weigh that over any feeling or inkling, because anything that's gonna be new or different above what I do is gonna cause some type of anxiety or some type of hesitation. But right. I'm also gonna look at. That's why I said knowing my creator is the most key part, most key for me. Because I look at this don't affect my relationship with him. I know I'm in a good place with myself. I don't hate myself. I ain't I'm this person. I'm good with myself. These are things that these are the most important things for me in the world. Being good with my creator and good with myself. So when I make a decision, I'm only gonna make the best decision for myself. Because I have these things that I consider first. Then I have the welfare, I got the welfare of people. I can't afford to make a decision and it's a bad decision and it lands, him, me, and them. And to not do anything is almost equivalent because I'm not advancing. Every day I owe them to advance. I owe myself to advance every day.
That's right.
If I didn't get nowhere today, I assure you I tried and you ain't gonna believe it. I got somewhere today. And on the way to do that, I tell people all the time, I talk to some guy, I talk with him. And I tell him, one will take risks. My son's big Cookie. Cookie, he'll take a risk. It won't be the risk I want him to take. So you tell people, oh yeah, he said, you know me. His favorite word, I get freaky with it. I said, nope, don't do it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. That's too much information.
Well, that's his way of saying, yeah, you know me. He said, I get freaky with it, preacher. You know me. I said, yeah. I said, don't do it. Just don't do it. Because for me, when I do it, it's because of the experience I have from doing, and I know what I will do to make sure that happens. But I'm saying that's a whole wellness. Ain't no, I'm going to go rob a bank and kill nobody. But I have to be in a place with my creator, Mr. Yahuwah. I call him Mr. Yahuwah. Mr. means master. If anybody's a master, if that's a sign of respect, I don't know anybody should get the respect he gets above him. So, Mr. Yahuwah, he the existing one, and know that he's the existing one. I only make decisions to do things in order to keep existing. So I have to carry that when I do business. If I make business decisions and I've lost life. But I've gained and I've still been able to function. So I've learned. You know what I'm saying? And it betters my relationship with him because these are things I set back to consider. And I go back and I consult with him and with myself on where do I need to be. How I can adjust. When I look, I can adjust. I can move at any level. I can adjust. And I appreciate that. It's because of my relationship with him and my relationship with, I'm good with myself. A lot of people can't say that and be truthful. I'm good with myself.
May I add something while we talk about these emotions? There are some things that people should keep in mind, that your emotions affect your body. If you're having the emotion of joy, it affects your heart. Pensiveness, which is what you're talking about, the worry, it affects your spleen. And the actual emotion of worry affects your lung and your spleen. Sadness affects your lungs. Fear affects your kidneys. And anger affects your liver.
For those that listen, Tula is also, she's currently in school while running for office in Rockdale County to be a doctor. There'll be an acupuncture.
Tula, stop it. Work on your facial
what's the
features.
medicine called? But now people need to know that.
Oriental medicine.
And Oriental medicine. And she ain't learning from all doctors. No offense. This ain't from Dr. Sabi's home kit off no site. This is actual schooling degree, recognized and done, titled. Not in all insult anybody else. I don't want nobody thinking, they went on Dr. Sabi's side. Everybody's still with Dr. Sabi. No, stop it. But these are things we need to know. So when we know, but this is the thing you want to think about. You ain't gonna believe it. You're not gonna believe it. And the Sefer, the scroll, the books of him, that he hadn't given us the spirit of fear. See, that's a spirit. That's a ruach. And see, that's why I had to fight against it. Now you could say you're not afraid, but you just don't do. I say I'm not afraid, then I have to go ahead and I got to do it. That's not to every case, but I have to be able to make sure I override because he said he didn't give me that. That don't mean he don't give me caution. He don't give me signs, things that warn me, but on certain ends, when there's things that he given to my hands to do, then I shouldn't allow that to be a thing to hold me back in existence, creation, of our sheep. Even I don't, he told him to subdue it. subdue it. I mean, that's what I do. I get out. I try to establish with dominant. Even notice when I said I sit down at that table. You saw what I said. I will sit down with. I said they will wear a suit. I will wear bullets. Because I think everybody at that table needs to be equal, and in order to be, I will only wear that to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
I will only wear it to be fair because I want to give a man a fair chance. Listen, I learned this. Hey, people say, you see somebody doing what you're doing, call the police on them or do this or stop somebody. You know, I come to realization, do this. If your ability allow you to do more than what I do, then you do what you do. Because there are levels. I might not want to go as far as you go because I've reached a level where I'm good. Where you at, it take billions of dollars. That's where you at.
Mm-hmm.
It takes that for you to be who you feel like you are. It don't take that. The things I have don't make me. I appreciate them. They're alone to me. And they give me an understanding of how to appreciate things and appreciate what he allowed me to do and appreciate. I need you to learn how to be comfortable with. If I give you more, I want you to still be able to keep a certain level of integrity. You know what I'm saying? And discipline and cool. But some people can't handle that. You take those billions from those people, they'll never be that person again. You take what I got from what I have, I'll still be me. I'll still be me.
That's
Let
right.
me ask something about fear, and what it does. Let me just tell you about this so you can think about this. Fear, when you have fear and it overtakes your body, sometimes it's hard to sleep at night. I don't know if that's people's problem, but it's you find it hard to sleep at night. So that relates to people when they have nightmares and they can't sleep and they don't want to go to sleep because they're afraid. So it affects your sleep. It also affects your urinary incontinence. So that, you people say, I was so scared, and they pee on
Let me
themselves.
say that. So that means you won't be. That means you can't piss all over the country.
Gotta wear diapers. Remember that astronaut lady who drove in a diaper across the country?
From Texas going down to Florida.
I'm not scared.
To kill her lover's girlfriend.
Just to tell you about ways that the fear can affect your body functions.
You know what, Tuli? I appreciate everything you're saying and breaking down the body part. I never did consider how emotions impact the body parts. I figured they did, but the way you're able to break it down like that is good. Let me ask you this. I got a quick question for you, Tuli.
Mm-hmm.
In your opinion, what is, let's say, someone who, hey, I just been living my whole life normal, but I realize I need to get my health back right. What is one of the easiest initial changes you recommend someone could make they can actually keep as a practice of life versus a temporary diet?
Oh, that's a good question.
I know that's what we do. We ask good questions around here.
Believe it or not, it's your emotions. That is something that you can possibly control. And it once you realize how it affects, like we're talking about tonight, how it affects your body, there are things that emotions do to your body. Just like if somebody makes you upset, you can be there. I always say you can hit all the emotions. You just can't stay in the negative ones. You know what I'm saying? If you're mad, don't stay mad. That's going to kill you, eat you up. But you can hit it. Yeah, be mad for the moment. Keep going. But I think that's one of the things. And also your diet. There are things that can hurt you, and there are things that you can eat that can help you through that. Just thinking about certain nuts and things like that can help you.
Nuts.
Yeah, like hazelnuts. They're good for fatigue. If you eat a handful of hazelnuts, they're good with helping you with fatigue.
Really?
And Brazil nuts. Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
I think they want to higher energy nuts. Correct.
So Tuli, I want to make sure I understand. If I'm like some people, they drink coffee in the morning, could I X out the coffee and just swap it out for hazelnuts, and that'll kind of give me that boost for energy in the morning that I need?
Yeah. You can. I would definitely try it and see what works for you, if that actually works. And you should definitely see
Need to try some hazelnuts. Then I didn't know that.
yeah, hazelnuts is very good for fatigue. You can eat your handful of those and see what happens.
Well, I
Very
appreciate it.
good. Very good.
That's pretty good. So, what I'm hearing you say is ultimately emotions, getting that under control. So, my mindset is the way or the foundation of your emotions probably got a lot to do with the way that you think, which is your brain. And that's what Dr. Joe specializes in. Dr. Joe, you got any specialization recommendations about how to keep that brain in the right place?
Dr. Joe, Akuma Matata. You gonna mess around here once? You gonna get your
You know, I
mute.
actually have so much to say, but I've been trying to work with this internet, so I don't know if I'm behind right now.
No, now you talking. You on time. Go ahead.
Okay, so it's this just hoping this internet works, but I've been listening, and a lot of the things, Tuli mentioned emotions. I always say get those emotions in control because they'll control your life. And then Tony was talking about fear and anxieties, and in my perspective, certain emotions, certain anxieties, are actually useful. Um, I feel like, for example, when you're about to go give a speech, or let's say you're about to make a move, you get those anxieties. But the whole point is overcoming those emotions. You can use them to push you, or you can use them to break you. So if you have some type of anxieties because you're about to do something in life, and like Tony said, get to know yourself. I always say, get to know yourself. If you're capable of doing what you're about to do, go ahead and do it. If you're not capable of doing it, sit down and get ready, right? So you're ready to do it. Um, but yeah, emotions can literally make you sick because of all the chemicals that it sends to the brain, and then it sends signals to the organs, and then like Tuli was saying, you can get sick. That's why you get sent to depression, and then depression, you get to the hospital, and then you get headaches, and then you get stomach aches, and then you start getting sick. And that's important to control, like Tuli said, the emotions. But we are taught that anxiety sometimes could be good because it could be a little push, um, to do in life or to do whatever you want to do. But it's all in balance. I mean, we always say here in the radio, it's all in balance. Try to make sure you balance everything in your life, including emotions, thoughts, feelings, everything. Literally, just balance it out and get to know yourself and see what you're capable of or not. So
Very
yeah,
good. Quinoa also settles your spirit.
that's right.
Eating quinoa, it settles your spirit, and it's a protein.
I got a question.
What protein?
If quinoa and hazelnut do something, I don't know what the black eyed peas do. Because your boy
Oh, you know
got
what?
our own black eyed
It,
peas
it,
over here.
it
Look, I
helps you.
feel like that
It
crop.
helps with your. It
Tony,
helps with
don't look like that,
your
Tony.
diet.
Tony, don't look like
It
that,
helps with
Tony.
your.
You see it. You see it.
That look
Don't look
disgusting.
like that now. Don't hate now. If you do hate Tony, just do
That's
it
what
for
you
me
did. You
now. I
overcooked them.
want
He
your liver to get
overcooked them.
messed up.
Yeah,
You know
they
they
are.
overcooked. They overcooked.
But they do. Black eyed peas do
Like,
reduce your water retention, and they do help you with your if you have high blood pressure problems.
You say they help
and
with
those
high blood
beans,
pressure
the
and what
ones you
else?
did,
They make you
the
retain your
ones
pee.
Tuli, the ones he made,
Reduce
digestive
He
system.
cooked them. He
That's gonna
cooked too
send them
much.
right to the.
Yeah.
those cooked the right way. They do promote urination. So let's see. Tonight, tell me tomorrow if you pee a lot tonight. Let's see.
I have been like when we went on break, I had to use the bathroom, but I thought that was because I ate that watermelon.
Yeah,
Did
it
you
was kind of watermelon. He just started eating the black eyed
black
peas.
eyed
Oh,
peas?
that too. That's water.
Yeah, I've been eating the black eyed peas too, though. But let me tell you something about the black eyed peas, because I can read Tony mind, and I already know a question he asked me, so you ain't got to ask. I'm gonna answer it. This right here, fresh black eyed peas in the bag. I
I
got the
know. Out
crock
the
pot.
bag. Out the
Pour it in
bag.
some water with some smoked turkey leg. Listen here, I let that thing slow cook. about 4.5 hours. And I'm
And
telling you, look at
that's
him.
too long for
Look at
black
him.
eye.
The camera don't do it no justice.
Bean
I
soup.
know it don't. It's like baby mess. Let me tell you something. What you can do to Love Doctor, you can
Yes.
overcook your food and you cook your nutrients out. That's like when they cook green, like when you cook cabbage. I enjoy it, you
That's
know.
right.
I used to enjoy the old black cabbage, you know, cook, but they cooked it so little, they cooked all the nutrients out of it. Learn how to steam it and how to, you know, probably
Mhm.
put your top on there so it can, you know, keep, you know, those flavor things, not a lot of the other things that you need when you're eating. So now what you're doing, you consuming something, but you won't get all of the nutrients that come out of it because you can cook it down too much. You know
You
what I'm
know what?
saying?
Word on the streets is that you did a little chefing. You did a little cooking and chefing around here. You got to bring your chefing skills back and show them how to cook that. What do you call it? Vula? Vula?
Let me tell you what I mean. Them black eyed peas, what I put with them things, I did me some rice. I bought me some chicken gizzard.
Hey, hold on now. Don't do that to yourself now. I want to make sure you ain't trying to challenge me on no black eyed pea competition. You don't want to do that to yourself now.
You mean you don't want to do it?
That's not what he doing now, too. Dr. Joe, that's not what he doing. Is that what it sounds like he doing? I don't think that's what he's doing.
Let's see them beat up peas again. Let me see.
That's what he's doing.
Show
Let me
that.
see them.
Listen,
You already
listen.
understand.
Hold on.
He's not
I
scared.
got the picture. Hold on. You know what? Let me show you the picture because this plate by empty. Let me find this here picture, and I'm gonna show this picture to the world. While I'm showing this picture to the world, y'all talk about something else.
Okay, let's just talk about that. Yeah.
Let's talk about how he be capping. Let's talk about how he be fake all cap.
Who is that? What is that new word? Who made that cap and turn? I've been around this earth all these years. I ain't never heard nobody hearing something about the word cap until this year. Who made up this word? Look, I want plenty of caps, and I ain't never heard what that meant. Who made that up?
I think it came out from the bald people.
Huh?
From the people that don't have hair, I think when they put the cap on.
Okay.
Wow, hold on. Who you talking about here? They ain't got hair. Who you talking about, girl? You throwing at somebody? What? Rather than Joe, I need to give her name on the board.
Nobody. We all
Exactly.
stop it. We all have
yeah,
hair.
you baboon. Let me tell you something.
Oh, let me tell you another thing too. You talking about that rice peas? The best thing.
I'm
the
missing
best rice that is best to digest is white. So y'all stop eating that brown rice, please. Thank you.
Oh, are you serious? White is better than brown?
Yes.
They try to tell it with bleach, but it can't be bleach.
I've heard.
Yeah, because I heard it was bleach. I heard don't mess with it because it's bleach.
If you look
No, it
over
depends
in,
on what white rice.
African countries,
The kind of white rice.
they'll eat white. If you look, remember I told you before. You remember I said this years ago. I told y'all. I said if you notice, you don't see Chinese people eat. Well, I say they always eat white rice. I say they know something. Remember I told you I said that before many times. I say you never see them order Chinese food. Whatever you see when they come back that they eat, they set their food down. It ain't you don't see them with no sweet and sour chicken. You don't see them with none. You don't see none of that with no monkey back. They don't eat monkey back. They'll come out with some other stuff in some bowls. Still, they're gonna speak their language and they're gonna eat a lot of rice. When you was in El Salvador, then you eat a lot of rice, Joe.
Joanna.
You just asked your question about the Spanish people eat rice.
He asked about her.
It sounds very racist to me.
Very racist.
Yes, every day.
Look at that. Look at that right there. Y'all see that? Look at that.
What?
I said every day. We eat it every day.
Look at that right there. Y'all see that right there? Do y'all not see that picture right there?
No, we eat it every day.
Man, y'all said
And in El Salvador,
Look at them black eyed
every meal
peas.
has
Look at that.
rice.
Look at that.
That pork. That pink.
Look at him.
That pink.
Look
Let
at
me tell you
him.
something. That's either
All
pork
the
or
nutrients
white.
in that.
Look at that. Tell me that is either pork or white, girl.
Man, that man got sandwich meat inside of a dinner.
That what it
Hey,
looked
that
like.
is not sandwich meat. That is
Man, that
smoked turkey legs, buddy.
Man, that's sandwich meat, man. That's optimized.
You can't put it on the sandwich because that meat was falling off the bone. Look at that right there.
That's pork?
Wait a minute, that's cooked already? That's a cooked pot or a start?
No, done.
That's done?
No, listen,
Yeah.
Hey,
Look
man,
how
y'all
them beans done swole.
Look,
Them beans
look
done
at that,
swole.
listen,
Look at
leave
that.
that man alone, man. Let him kill himself, man.
He's
Let
only
him,
gonna
Let me tell you something.
that man on a suicide mission.
let him kill himself. Go ahead. It look good. Dwayne, eat it. Eat two of them.
Hey, hey, look here,
When
man.
that man turn up in a fetal position, man. Talking about he overdosed. Man, let that man eat on, man.
Oh, he in the bed tonight.
Look at him. Look at
His
him.
stomach
Let me
is gonna
explain what that is y'all looking at. For the all those who just turning in, let me explain. That right there is a pot of slow cooked black eyed peas down south style. What that is in the pot, what some people do, well, the trick to it and what you want to do when you get your smoked turkey leg, you want to rinse the smoked turkey leg off because some of it's salted. You want to take your time, want to rinse that smoked turkey leg off. You throw it on in that pot, you put the beans on it, you cut up you some onions. Matter of fact, if you want to, you can fry the onions in some grape seed oil. You know what I mean? Get them things, saute the onions down, make you some nice, and you throw it on in that pot. Let me tell you something. Put a little pepper. I don't use salt. I don't like salt. But I take my time. You just let it slow cook. And that meat just start falling off the bone. And you'll just see that the seeding just rise up in that water over the course of time. And just let that thing sit. You go to work, come back. Bam, it's ready. I topped it off with a little, I like green onions. But for those of y'all who bougie, you call them chives. Get you some chives. Put them things up. Look at here. That thing right there real good. Let me tell you something. That thing smells so good. I had Pat Sajak from the doggone Wheel of Fortune. He came with how said he need to buy a black eyed pea, little pea, and a vowel.
You're so lame. You went through all that just to be lame.
Yes, sir.
You took it even funny. Oh my gosh.
Yes, sir.
Woo!
And then they got pureed. They look pureed, Dwayne. They look like they pureed.
Hold on. So now that I've shown my picture, Tony, do you have any picture that you want to show of your stuff?
No, you
Coming
did.
up. Yeah. You don't know.
He don't have no picture, so I think we know who won that.
No.
There it is. So I think by default, Tula, who's the winner, Tula?
He said he got
No,
I don't see no picture.
it be coming. They
you
be coming around the mountain when they come.
He up here, you know what he doing? He over there Googling images, trying to Google something. See, that right there was nasty. That was my pot.
because you knew you were showing it. He
Yeah,
wasn't.
man, let me tell you, nobody pay no attention to that stuff, man.
Look at him. 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 Somebody said it looks so good it reminded them of country ham. Look at that. You know that was good right there. You know that good. That reminded them of country ham. You know that had to look good. Look at that.
So Bronny James got out of the hospital, y'all. Yay.
Give me an update on that. I heard
know,
bits and pieces about it. What's the update?
Yeah, that's sad. I think he gonna stop playing basketball though.
He needs. Yeah.
I mean, if I hit daddy look at
So exactly what was it and how bad was it?
Yeah, the car, he went in the
Cardiac arrest, man.
He had to be revived.
Guys, heart stop beating.
Yeah, some kids had to help him out.
Oh, I thought that meant he got arrested.
What? Stop it.
You would think if you're gonna be funny, you said cardiac arrest. I thought he got arrested while driving. Arrested in the automobile. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A car arrest. I got it.
Yeah, he don't. Yeah, he not fast.
That's some good stuff, ladies. I only on two mics at a man.
And
Y'all
that's
gotta do respectful, man.
don't go nowhere else with this.
That man bust out laughing.
That man.
So you
sick,
really
man.
think his career is over though?
Yeah, I wouldn't play no more.
You know what, Bostic? Was that guy named DeMar Hamlin? Did they ever let him come back to the league, or is he still on out or what?
No,
he been back.
No,
He came back.
Really?
Uh-huh.
They letting that man play? Well, they gonna let LeBron James' son play then. If that's the case, they'll let him back and play.
No, that's LeBron now. But that's your son. You gonna look at, hey man, listen.
If it was
You don't know. Nope.
and I got money too,
No, yeah,
right?
no.
You gotta do nothing but run one, get your business and run it.
I'm telling you, that COVID thing.
That's a wake up call. You could have lost your son right then.
There's nothing to play with. My son had a heart. Well, I'm sorry. I've been out telling his business. He goes, anyway, he had a heart problem. He had to slow him all the way down. I know that's what you want to do. You want to go do it. So I'm all the way down. It ain't worth it. Whatever you're trying to do, it is just not worth it. I'd rather have you.
Yeah.
And I got to work 10,000 jobs to take care of you, which we don't. You take care of yourself.
It's not worth it.
I would definitely do it. I would do it.
What?
Yeah, you want to lose the kid. And LeBron James, he let his son back out and say, "Well, if my son, that's his dream." I said, "Man, you're hitting.
Yeah.
You're a minor.
I hope you
That's what
don't
we
say
want
that.
to do." No, I'm just saying. I would hope he would. I mean, you're a minor. That man son, Alex.
Yes, sir.
And AB told you he fell out from playing football out there, cardiac arrest out there. And he said, "Hey, Dad, I want to keep playing. You know, this is how I want to go. If I die on the field, whatever, you know, this is what I love right here." What would you say?
Yeah, he done. He can't play. He done.
Yeah, it ain't even a question. Be like, no, we're not doing that. I ain't like, man, I don't want your kid die on the court. Man, listen, we done. So we done. You got you probably get slapped if you ask me.
That's bad business right there. That's bad business. Here's a quick little 40-second clip that kind of brought sums up what
The
happened.
son of LeBron James had a major medical emergency this week as he prepares for his first year of college basketball. 18-year-old Bronny James suffered cardiac arrest during a practice in Los Angeles on Monday. It happened at the Galen Center, home of USC basketball, where James was preparing for his first season with the Trojans. He was taken to the hospital and was placed in the ICU. According to a statement from the James family, Bronny is now in stable condition and is out of the ICU. You can see the full statement from LeBron and Savannah James on Bronny's health in the story below or WGNTV.com.
Wow.
Oh, I feel you, girl. I'll call you. But yeah.
Yeah.
That girl don't know them people, man.
You don't know my portfolio or my phone book.
Hey, listen, man. If you knew them, trust me, we would have been gone.
No, I can't tell you. What did we start off the show with? You can't tell folk because folk will mess up your bridge. I'm trying to keep my bridge, okay?
Hey, listen, your bridge would have been brought you over.
Yeah.
If you ain't know right now, you might as well just call that bridge Selma, Alabama. Bloody Sunday.
You ain't crossing it.
I'm humble.
That's tight. That's tight. Well, you got to be careful out there in them streets. Basketball ain't everything. So yeah, and man, he didn't even get to play his first game. They said it happened in practice. Wow.
Right.
You need them turkey tails. You cooking them black beans.
Let me tell you something, Bobby Lee. You can use turkey legs. You can put turkey tails. You can use turkey wings. If you want to, you use turkey necks.
Look what somebody asked. They want to know why they look so dry.
No, I think they talking about the LeBron James.
No, that was about you.
Why is he saying it look like country ham? That's what I'm saying. I know it was him. That meat was too pink, man. That was either him or white girl.
Oh gosh.
Whoa! Wow! I just caught what Tony said.
Yeah, I told you.
Wow, that's Tony. Y'all heard what Tony said? Oh my goodness! Wow.
I ain't hear him.
Don't repeat it. Let that go. Don't repeat it.
I just got it now.
They laughing at. Listen, man.
Give me.
When you look at that was terrible. That was terrible.
Look at that. That was bad. Why did I laugh?
You did a
Oh
good
my
job
God.
cooking them terrible beans. But yeah, your kid fall out like that. You like, yeah, let's just go ahead and let that go. But you know what? We got so many of our young people.
Yes, what's going on?
Ill and dying. We never look at him. He still got them on nasty beans up there. So now you look at that's a good pot to throw up in. But you got a lot of our young people that are having cardiac arrest, association, is deeming, the close reaction. Is it possible to look up, was he vaccinated?
Oh, child. Their whole family was vaccinated.
So I've already heard those stories.
But look, it's just sure you can look it up. Because I know LeBron he had to be there in order to play that year, and they had him outside. They had him in the bubble.
Their family did. Go ahead, look it up.
Their family, yeah, I'm sure he got it for his family. But let me say this in defense of people that have it. People can say this, oh, you stupid. Y'all so stupid. How were they stupid? When COVID came out, nobody knew. Let's just be honest. It was just, we chose not to. People who they gave it to early, you start seeing complication. Things was being said. So some of us took the approach of not doing it. Now we took a major risk because
Yeah.
it could have very well worked out there where we should have gotten it. So people who got it, none of them got it because, oh, I want to get something later to kill me. People got it. Oh, this is Yahoo. Bronny James, cardiac arrest, where it reunites rumors linking rare instances of, what's that,
Myocarditis.
to COVID-19. Well, I mean, rumors, but all they had to do is say, was he vaccinated?
Yeah.
Well, they said brought up rumors. They could be saying they brought up rumors. They could be saying they brought up rumors because they are saying he was.
You want to
So,
be careful on what word you use because they
sometimes-
will ban your page if you use that V word.
All right. So anyway, yep.
That's scary. You see, that's how you control. This is why I said earlier about why you have to be able to have a military, have finances, and infrastructure, and you got to be able to manufacture. You know, so you got to be able to trade. Because when you can't, you could look, whose system are we using that you can't say words that they use because you can't say it the way they want you to say it. So therefore they control you, and then look what they do. I'll block you outside because they look at all of the outlets are theirs. There are no Hispanic sites. There are no African American sites. There are all white sites. Twitter, Facebook, here, all these sites all belong to who? Them. And because it belongs to them, they control the nature of what you hear and how much of what you hear.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they shadow ban, block, pull you down if you say something that rattles or goes against what they're trying to get the mainstream to follow. They know there are people on the outside skirts that's not going. It's just like when you have a herd. The ones on the outside going to be the ones that's going to break. The ones in the middle not going to break out. That makes no sense. I'm in the safest place in the middle. But the ones on the outskirts, they'll tend to break off. I see where the herd going, but I can see this way. So they need everybody to stay in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us are refusing to do that. And in doing it is because we want to try to secure our own future. We don't want to leave it in the hands of the whole herd because the herd is being driven by something. Herds don't just take out running. Some drives them. And we don't want to be driven.
What about Carly? I want to talk about your friend Carly.
Sometimes, oh yes, Carly. When I heard the story, Miss Carly, what's her last name? Is it Bailey? Why Bailey?
Carly Russell.
Okay, Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You know, and I passed a couple of funny pictures about her situation. Who said that she was, later. Of course, she never said that at the beginning. She said it when she came back. So I think that would make a look different versus calling saying I did. I was just looking at the news a second ago too. Amazing. There was a little 11-year-old girl. She was just arrested. She called 911 and said her friend was kidnapped. They arrested her. I wouldn't agree with arresting an 11-year-old girl. I think that she should be disciplined. Her parents should have chastised her, whipped her. But arresting an 11-year-old girl, no.
Come on, exactly.
That makes it. What are we accomplishing? Where are you taking?
Nothing.
I mean, it's a kid. A kid made a practical joke. This girl didn't setting it on fire. She didn't kill anybody. It was very dumb. But she's an 11-year-old girl. We don't expect it. If we need 11, listen, you're thinking the way child molesters do. If she's 11, she's grown up to have sex. She's grown up to make the. She's not. She's 11. She's not. She don't know what she was doing. She thought it'd be something funny she would do. She ain't thinking, oh, I'm gonna hurt nobody. Because they don't understand cost. They don't understand the value of money. They know $5 I can go to the movies. $5 I can buy this. They don't know real value of money. So no, I wouldn't agree with that. But Carly, on the other hand, I think that something should have happened, but she definitely needs help. Going to jail would do her good, but it needs to be done in a way to where she understands. The sister understands. There's something wrong with her. She's 26. She's in nursing school. 25. Surely you had more sense than that. That tells us something. No, people in society don't do that. When did you leave or have left and come back, walk back up and say, "Oh, I've been kidnapped," and give a description to people and say your clothes were taken off? You got graphic, but then she made sure they didn't sleep with me. I don't think.
They have DNA, right?
Them saying I was out, but she knew they was going to go through it. That lie was going to expose her. And whatever semen they would have found it, because the notice she also said, I was with no one. That's a lie. But she knows to say who she was with is going to call. They're gonna look at if she going to jail. They going to jail too. And that guy told her, don't tell my name, or her girlfriend who did it with her. They said, don't call my name. So that's the lawyer made sure to state that. And you know why he stated she was with no one?
Why?
Y'all know why? To end the investigation. So an investigation has to have, you can't have an investigation to stop, it has to have a conclusion.
Right.
So since you were gone, you notice they told you the investigation is still going at this point. Because there's not a story about those people, there's a story about you. Now we need to find out where you went and who you were with. So if you say I was with no one, then that story should end. But that story now is going to get deeper.
You think?
Yes, because she's going to have to tell who she was with.
Why you think she's somebody though?
She was with somebody. Because when she got out of her BMW, her Mercedes, on the side of a 4-lane highway with her Target bags, you tell me she walked. The police was there within 5 minutes.
Yeah, she went. I thought she went into the bushes. I thought she went into the bushes off this expressway.
But let me say that when the police pulled up, where you think they looked at? When she wasn't right there in her car, you don't think they looked in them bushes?
Why you think she was there though?
Because she wasn't. She was gone because she met someone and she left with them. That's why she had to say they did not have sex with her because she was gonna screw herself. When it was no way they were not gonna do a vaginal. They were gonna do a vaginal. They were gonna take samples. Yeah. And once they got that guy's DNA, it was gonna be on record. If he ever came up with anything in life, he was gonna come up as he kidnapped and raped her. That's why she had to say no. They didn't have sex with me. No, they just had me take off my clothes, and they knew that made no sense.
Sure,
they made you take off your clothes. They do nothing, and then she had money in her $175 on her sock. Her story, she knows she was with someone.
Yeah.
Seems like her lawyer would have helped her came up with a better lie.
Well, she has a lawyer.
Yeah, she does. That's who gave the story.
Yeah, she could have came up with a better lie. She could have said something like that. She a member of the LGBT, and she was coming out the closet and she felt sad and she felt about suicide and killing herself.
Yeah,
she wanted to run away, so she made up that lie because she's so ashamed of her, liking to be in whatever they call it, LGBT affiliated. And then all of them came running out, jumping out the trees with rainbows supporting her. That's what she should have done.
But if she'd have said that, they would have came after her. See, this is the problem you got with her.
That's true.
Her family and her friends that are close and dear to her know that she has a vivid imagination. She did not just conjure this.
They know she lying.
They know. They knew her.
No. What I'm saying is, now that she done admitted to it, they done seen the pattern throughout her life to say, okay, that's consistent with who she is.
This time that she went further than she's ever gone. Nobody ever thought she'd have gone this far. I guarantee you, if you look, tell the resident Joe, it's impossible for her to live what we call, quote unquote, a normal, stable life and jumped up and just got a car, create this whole. Look up on the internet how old you have to be on there. How old? How to steal money from the register without getting caught. How to get good, but all the stuff she was doing, pre-planned plot. This is her, and when they look at it, they know somebody in her family knew off the rip. When she popped back up, this made no sense. She not raped, she not beat up. I escaped twice. They tied me up.
They investigating the mama now. They investigating the parents.
I don't know about that one.
They are.
No.
And new information has been coming out about the parents.
Well, she's opened this door for her parents. But let me tell you this: you have to go through it. Once you open an investigation, it has to close. It can't. They'll tell you sometimes they say this is still an open investigation. This investigation is still open, so it's a lot more they know about her. Remember, if y'all listen to the first interview, the chief told her. He said they went through her phone. They found her search. He said it's some other stuff in her phone.
That we ain't gonna talk about. Yeah.
He said that's her personal business, which means we looked at it. We know what you've been doing.
Yep.
But they can't talk about that because he opened his mouth.
You don't think this was like personal stuff?
Oh yeah.
That's the reason that she went on ahead and confessed. because he said that. So she like, let me go ahead and confess.
I don't believe that. I believe she confessed because she did what a liar do. She ran in her brick wall. See, you can't go but so far the brick wall hit her, and she was
That's
stuck.
true.
She
You
had
gave
no
him a
choice.
story, and your story gets questioned. You know it makes no sense.
She still could have came out and said
man,
she in the
that nobody could
LGBTQ.
Nobody could find the baby. No
She
calls.
had
No
no
one seen
choice.
it. They listen. When he spoke, he told her. They knew immediately it was a lie because they looked. Nobody else called on 911, and you follow a 2-year-old for 600 yards.
Yeah, that's a long
Right.
way.
This one that they did. They had psychiatrists to listen to the phone call, and they could tell from the phone call. It's stuff you pick up from people's voice. First of all, they wouldn't have to tell. I'm staying right here to somebody come. I'm getting a hey. You never engage the child to say, hey, how you doing? Get a name, anything, a shirt, t-shirt, pamper. Look, first you looking around. I don't see anyone. I don't see a car or anybody. I'm right here. Whatever. That makes no sense.
Do y'all recognize this sign right here? You recognize that's a Georgia sign?
That's it.
Yeah.
Here's something that y'all probably didn't know that's been recently unveiled about Carly's parents. Let's take a closer look.
There, and joining me live now from Atlanta via Zoom are Carly's parents, Carlos and Talitha Russell. Mr. and Mrs. Russell, thanks so much for making the effort to speak with us here tonight. You say that you're in Atlanta. Has there been a tip or information that has come in that your daughter could possibly be in the Atlanta area?
Yes, we received a tip, but we had already planned to search the Georgia area. The tip turned out not to be a viable tip. Nonetheless, we had planned to visit and search the Georgia area anyway, so it was not a waste of our time. We put out flyers, searched the areas, different areas, exits. We probably covered at least 20 exits. And so we got a decent amount of ground covered.
And afterward,
all right, so let's stop right there.
That made no
this
sense.
is what I didn't know, but when everybody was doing their searching in Alabama, whatever it was going on, the parents had drove to Georgia, say that they just riding to Georgia, and they weren't riding to Georgia for no tips. You heard what she said. She didn't get no tips. They were just already planning to go to Georgia anyway. Did that sound suspect to y'all?
They said they got the whole. Let me see what sounds suspect. She said that they were going to Georgia. I heard her. She said that they had a tip. It turned out to be
right.
Like bogus, basically. But they went 20 exit. How did you know where to search in Georgia?
Come on now.
That's the whole. How did you come up with?
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You covered a decent
amount. That could have been from Alabama. That starting.
That's not what she said.
No, but this is what you got to remember. She's up. Let me say this though, Twain. She's up in Bessemer. It's likely she come 20.
Oh, I know
how did I know she went another way? She could have cut across. She could have went on up. She could have went through Huntsville, cut back across into Tennessee, and came back around Georgia 75 way. Remember, she's missing. Why am I looking in Georgia and 20 exits? What did I know how to put? I put out flyers on 20 exits. What made you say 20 exits? All that just throwing. What made you stop at 20? How did you come up with 20 exits was a decent amount of ground? Go ahead. Yeah, that's bad.
Are y'all serious for real? Okay.
Yeah, that makes no sense. But how did you know where to search? What made you go to exits? If I got an anonymous call, I was told about a place she was seen in Atlanta. I would have said we was in Atlanta. Ryan went to this location. I'm not going down to Atlanta down no exits, handing those. Talking about I'm covering 20 exits. That makes no sense. Go ahead. It's some more to this story. Go ahead. I said.
Oh wow, this the plot.
Yeah.
They look bad.
Listen,
Go ahead.
The plot not only thickens, but what it is believe it or not, there is a YouTuber. His name is JLR Investigate. He has literally picked up his camera, and he's been at every police press conference. He's been interviewing the neighbors, and he's been going through case by case, dissolving all doubts and putting all her lies to shame. As a matter of fact, here's a 40-second clip of the one that only JLR Investigates.
Jonathan Lee Riches investigates. I am covering the Carly Russell case. Carly Russell, did she make her way to Georgia? A lot of people are wondering if she went to Atlanta, Georgia during the time of this kidnapping hoax, July 13th, July 15th, 2023, and she somehow go to Atlanta, Georgia, because there's rumors around out there that the parents, her mom and dad, were in Atlanta, Georgia. If that's true, at the time Carly went missing, the hoax, why were they in Georgia? Why were they in the Atlanta, Georgia area?
There and
the man making sense. The man got a point, Tula. You consider what the man just said, Tula?
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, I didn't know. Yes, I'm intrigued. No, I literally am. Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah, it look bad on them. Man. What else you got?
Maybe she communicated with them at some point and requested to be picked up, and then she got lost again.
Trying to tell you, she just should have said that she's a trans, and the people wouldn't use her pronouns, and she'd have been straight.
But you're right, though. That maybe they did pick her up and then just say, okay,
and brought her back, and then just told her just gonna come and walk up.
Parent is parent.
But then you got money in your sock. You were looking for a ticket to go to because see, this is the thing. If she caught the bus, it's still stuff they ain't showing us. Because see, if she went, because remember she looked for a bus ticket to Birmingham.
Okay.
So they've already pulled them from the bus station. They got them from during the time she left. They pulled them. They already moved them.
Let me see. How far is Birmingham from Bessemer?
Bessemer to Birmingham, probably a couple of hours. Bessemer probably about an hour and a half, if that far. I can't remember. Something probably about an hour and a half, maybe an hour.
So why didn't you buy a ticket to Atlanta then?
I don't know about Atlanta. But what she looked up on her computer search was buying a ticket to go to Birmingham.
Right.
That she could have went somewhere else.
But why search?
A lot of her stuff searches she could have.
Why search steal money from the bank?
She worked at the bank.
Drawer.
She wanted to steal from her drawer. Why you say the bank?
Oh, I thought that in one of the interviews, I thought she had researched how to steal money from the bank.
No, how to steal money from out of the drawer.
Okay.
So she needed somebody to teach her how. What you do is when you ring up something, you know how to do an exact change, and you walk away and you get your cancel out sales. That's what she was trying to do. She was trying to learn how to manipulate because she knew. That's what I'm telling you. Is how planned out she is. That's how methodical she was. Because she knew if she had gone to the bank, her card and that camera takes a picture of you. So she needed to get some cash where nobody could say. Because they're gonna look at that. She's smarter than road. They were gonna look at how did she
cash register.
She already done start catching up.
Yeah.
Check this out right here.
Half hour talk.
Oh, see, she was going to Nashville. Thank you.
Look at that.
July 13th at 2:13 a.m. The term Birmingham bus station was searched. On July 13th at 2:35 a.m., the term one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville with a departure date of July 13th was searched. These terms are what Carly Russell searched on the internet. Let me know what you think.
I am covering the Carly Russell case. Have you heard about the Carly Russell case?
No.
They say that she was Googling about Greyhound and getting a bus ticket to Nashville. Do you know anything about her being here? Did authorities come here at all?
The authorities came, but she never came.
She never came. She was never here. So they did. What did they come and ask you guys, or
they just came and searched our cameras?
They did, but she never came. No, because she put in.
Yeah, it is. Look at here. We got private eye on the road. We got private investigators on the scene.
That's a big old
Greyhound catching in a lie. Look at that.
That's security guard. He can't have a gun like a police.
That is a big gun. That's a gun he had on.
Yeah, it is.
That thing was huge. The barrel, the bottom, the handle.
Look here. Look here. The JLR investigator has exposed her, caught up on every lie.
Didn't I already just say that they had
The only thing for
you
her.
Sure did. Yep, you called it.
They got a copy
The
of
only
that.
thing for her is mental issues.
Yeah,
that's what she need to go with. She need to go with the LGBT mental issues.
I ain't gonna say.
Wow, watch what I tell you. This week when she come out, she gonna say that she trans.
I'm telling you, See
What?
what it is, like Resident Joe said, she has a sickness. Her sickness it can push far away and get somebody hurt. You involve kids. She drug a lot of people into her life. And her parents did what any parent would do. You would cover your child up if you could, if nobody else knew. Every parent would. You'll cover your child up. And them covering for her all those years, it came back and it bit them. It bit them bad. And she opened a lot of them up to. You remember the young girl in Atlanta some years ago? She was driving. She was on the cell phone. She hit this lady and the kid. I think they died. And she kept going.
Yeah.
No. That's different. That's a different.
That was
a
she was going to get some ice cream.
girl. She had a wreck. I think she's on the phone with and she kept going. And her mama sent the car to the shop and had it fixed. And the police found out and they searched around shops and found that car because they had a color of the car. And traced it back. Her mama wound up losing her freedom, her job, going to prison because of her daughter's mistake. Her parents did. And everybody, oh, she's so stupid, should I be in jail? You stupid self. Let me tell you something. When you're a parent, you think out of the fact you love your kid. And you just try to protect your kid. It's unfortunate if your kid got hurt, but I want to protect my kid so nothing happened to mine. So you'll make a bonehead, stupid decision out of the fact you just want to protect your child. And in doing that, they put the parent in a situation where had she just stopped, although it was bad, the judge told her, he said, I would have gave you a bond. But the fact you kept going and the fact you had to help to cover it up. So it showed because I look at that remorse. People don't realize the human in you stops. That same human in you will make you flee out of fear of they might kill me. I'm gonna go to prison. So it's just about, where you at about right and wrong. Because sometimes, your fear of what's happening can drive you to do something that other people might say, nobody does that. Nobody. I'm somebody and I did it. I think it's good if people can really learn to understand people. Carly is sick.
How do we get to the point where it's mental and not a bad choice?
It's mental. She put a lot of things.
I think it's the decisions she's made. If you go this far and you do so much study, it just goes deeper than a bad choice because you're just doing way too much that a person
her boyfriend left her. That's right. Her
somebody
boyfriend.
normal would realize.
You think?
Y'all hit that cash out. I need some money.
Yes,
for the money. Hit that cash out. Well, go ahead. Use some thing for one. Well, her boy didn't hear that. I think she lost her job. Her boyfriend broke up with her. I remember hearing that.
Yeah,
she had a lot going on in her way.
Thing.
Yeah, and she felt there was the chance to push it on other people. Somebody said she transported and not transgender. Here we go. Our time taking out. Y'all know we appreciate you guys. We come on here and you help us to do what we do. Just speaking to one another, expressing ourselves and talking about the issues that's in life today. How can we work together to change things that make it better for you and I? Everybody deserves to do that. We don't all agree with each other, but we can all respect each other enough to say, hey, you got a right to your opinion in your way, as long as it don't infringe on mine. Let's do that. Let's just live. We all share the same air. We all walk the same land, so we can all truly learn to exist and just be a little better with each other. Take your time. Learn how to get good with your creative, with yourself, and then you have a better view of how to deal with people. Hey, if anybody asks you, did you mind? You tell them you always mind. Every Thursday night, right here on 2 Mic in my mind, 8:30 p.m. every Thursday night Eastern. If nobody told you they love you, hey, we love you. And our language is called hard. Truly love Dr. Resident Joe. Shari Boss in your absence. Take us home.
Yeah. Hey, can I start off with the slogans?
Oh, good.
Go ahead.
Right,
I got one that I made up. I made this up on my own. All right, y'all ready?
Okay.
All right, here we go. You never seen two suns. Then we got to wait for your time to shine. Go ahead, Dr. Joe.
Y'all gonna do that for real?
That he did that. That was your stuff. He took.
No, I made that up on my own. Stop
it.
Man, stop, man. That thing was transgender.
He just said it.
That man is sick, man. That man, I said.
I didn't even hear you.
I thought I went back in time. You didn't hear what he just said, Dr. Joe?
Say it again. Wait on.
Go ahead, tell her. Let her hear it again. Listen to this. Can you hear Dr. Joe?
Dr. Joe, if you want to hear it again, you need to turn on YouTube and go click on this page and fast forward to the 2 hour and 30-minute mark.
No, you can say it again.
Yeah, say it again so she can hear.
2 sons. You never seen 2 sons. That's why it's important. You got to wait for your time to shine.
That's what I'm talking about. There you go. All that.
Will you top that, Dr. Joe?
What did you say? I'm next?
Yes, you next.
I have a lot of pressure because of Tony.
Wow. Are you serious? You just said out of nowhere?
I failed. I
Akuma
failed
Matata.
really bad last. Okay, here we go.
Akuma Matata. Go ahead.
Akuna Matata. Be cautious about your actions. They can take you to death or they can make you. Akuna Matata.
Wow.
What are we gonna do, Mama?
I like it.
Simba gonna sue you.
What you got, Tony? You next, buddy.
Oh goodness, I ain't even thought about
If you really think about it, I have a theory.
a theory. That's a theory. I don't know. Let me say.
Don't take mine now. Don't try to steal mine.
Wow, that's very interesting. Hearing it from a thief. Wow. Let me see. What would I say? I would have to say, living life is living.
Yours is bad.
What? Are you serious? Living life is living.
No.
You know what saying?
No,
He actually said that earlier in the conversation. You remember too? It's like, what?
No, but
you remember he said that too. He was like, you can live without living.
Wait,
you got to
I'm
live,
behind.
but you got to live. What he saying, Tuli?
Living life is
I
like
couldn't hear Tony's.
Listen,
You ain't missing nothing.
No, listen. I don't know why they said, listen, living life is living. Listen, there are people that's living, but they're not really living life. See, if you can't understand it, it's just all about where you at.
I'm
But
not
I'm
living.
telling you, listen, you think about it.
Tony, boy, I've heard that before.
No, you not. No, I never heard it. I never heard that from nobody.
What he doing? He actually stole my. He actually trying to
I heard
remix
that
what I
before in
said.
Spanish.
I said
I'm not
about
sure
months
you
back. I
stole it
said
from
when
mine.
he trying to remix it.
Okay, what is it? I don't know
What I
it
said.
is.
What I
You
said months ago.
months
I say
ago.
the only way to live
But it was in
is you got
Spanish.
to inhale and exhale. That's what I said. The only way to live, you got to inhale and exhale.
You might have
Now
got
what he
that
trying to
from
do?
me.
Now he trying to remix my material.
Take the
See what they
X
be
off
doing?
of
These
it,
are
and that's
joke
why we
thieves
know
out
where
here.
you got
It's
it
joke
from. I
thieves.
assure you, that is. Listen, I won't want to remote to say that retarded. That came straight out of a special ed book. I know good and well you don't think I said that.
The only way to live is to
nothing to
inhale
do
and
with his-
exhale. That's what you got to do.
Man, that don't make sense because if people don't breathe the machine, they still living.
They inhaling and exhaling on the machine.
All the machine is doing it. They're not. If they were doing it, they wouldn't be on the machine.
That was nothing to do.
What's that? I like better when Tony said it. Love dollar. I appreciate it. Look, Black Ambition, you great. Listen, wonderful. Listen, folks, see the people see him. They know. Listen, what I'm trying to tell you, people, if y'all listening, we dropping jewels and nuggets on you, telling you how to really advance ourselves as a people, and we don't have to do it to degrade nobody else. Every time our people get together to move. I've been a part of it, so I'm not running them down. I'm just saying I can see where our fault has been too. We are angry, we are hurt, but at the same time, we got to focus the engine on this get out. If we get out, we can get over the hurt. You know, sometimes people heal when they can get away from things.
Mm-hmm.
If we get away from that situation, we can heal. We won't ever heal because we're still in the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't get out of the situation, we'll continue to stay sick. It's like going to the doctor. They tell me, okay, you got high blood pressure, give me the pills. And I'm studying eating salt and increasing my pills. I'm eating more salt. Then some other things happen. And it's all because of the salt. So if I get away from the salt, I can get away from the pill control.
Facts. That's
If you want to
facts.
get them in the hands of them, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it entails a lot. Listen, get me at that table. I can say what need to be said, and they'll understand. Y'all just gotta bag me. They just gotta know it's an allegiance behind me that say, we agree. We all just gotta agree. Everybody said, we agree. That's the only way.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely
Let me say y'all
appreciate
this
it.
before we go, before she give you hers. Do y'all see what they did in Ecuador? Those people in that prison had been mistreated. Those people fought, captured guards. Some people died, unfortunately. Some people died and people captured, but they're going to exonerate over 2,000 of those prisoners in there. Now, are you exonerating them because they were wrongly incarcerated? But the case is they used force in order to push their cry to be heard and addressed. All the Negro has done, the so-called Negro, he's cried, but his cry has never been addressed. It's like a baby. That baby will scream and keep going, and you come get them. You say, I'm not gonna go. That baby, yeah. That baby said, listen, I want something. I want a defense to my cry. We've cried, but we've asked for no defense to it. We asked for no response, and that's why we're still in the situation that we're in. So you go ahead and give us yours. This is after dog. This is what we're talking about. If you're gonna better yourself, people, you're gonna have to start thinking. You're gonna have to really start putting your mind to work and your ability. You can't sit around and keep talking about him anymore. We done cooler talk. Oh, I said on stage. Oh, I called crack in their face. Oh, hugging. Okay, and where have we gone? Nowhere. Let's focus the energy now on listen. What can Tony do? What can I do? What can someone else do to where we can get ourselves from up under this hand and we can have a seat at the table, we can have a control. Man, everybody in condition because we allow them to put us in. You don't have to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to be in the situation we in if we choose not to be. That's all I'm telling people. The white man, the brown man, the yellow man, the whatever color man, the red man, we allow the people of our system to oppress every one of us and make us hate each other.
Mm-hmm.
If we were to work together, I'm telling you, it's important for every race to work together. First, go work together amongst us. And that way we can find out who's the culprit among us. But see, I can't find them when we all intermixing. I need to pull my people back for a minute, right? Let me vent my people and find out who's the culprit. Because the way they're making it, they'll make the white man look like the culprit. They'll make the Chinese man like the culprit. They'll make the Hispanic man like the culprit. So I can't see the culprit is right here among me. We need to pull everybody back. Pull your men back. And find out what's going on. You check those guns, you'll find out some of your people died from the hands of their own people.
Mm-hmm.
The white man that killed Malcolm X.
Mm-hmm.
They put two quote-unquote so-called Negroes in prison. And the real person that killed them ain't been caught arrested yet. They let them set. They sacrificed their own people.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's a travesty and atrocity what's going on with our people. And I mean, every race deserves to be free. Everybody deserves to have equality. Everybody should be able to live and just be you. I mean, at the expense of you not hurting nobody else. Somebody said, well, I'm gay. I'll be honest with you. I hadn't asked you. But I'm just being honest. I hadn't asked you. You walk up to me, Dr. Joe, you say, I'm doing fine. And you know what I'm looking at? I never asked you. You didn't owe me that explanation.
Mm-hmm.
Don't force something. If I wanted to know, I would have asked you. I ain't asked you what you gay, so don't tell me about it. I don't want to hear about it because I never asked you. You giving answers to questions that hadn't even been asked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gay. I hadn't asked you. I'm proud. I hadn't asked you about that either. That's the problem I got. You keep giving me these answers. I never asked the question. We just got people. We got to get intelligent. We got to start doing the right thing, taking care of our health, so we can get a mind. Our minds need to be clear. We need to be clear. Be clear with our Creator. Be clear with ourselves, so we can be able to deal with each other. Don't let what you got determine you. Don't let that define you. Let define you what you do. Your credibility. I'm a person, I have credibility. I got people, if I tell them something. Yeah, people, if I tell them something, they say, that's bun. That's what they say. They say, that's bun. You said it. I know it because I know you. And that's how you want to be. That's how you want to be. In the story, you don't want to be no other way. When your word can't be bun, that's just bad. Oh, he woke up again. I know what happened.
Man, I take a potty break, man. I don't know. Y'all older than me. Y'all must have on diapers.
Them pork and beans.
Y'all must have on diapers. I don't know how y'all sit here the whole show and ain't got to go to the bathroom one time. Something wrong with y'all.
I ain't had no black eyed peas.
Now,
you know what? You might be right.
You ain't have no pork and beans. That man ate pork and beans.
All right. I know.
Tula, you ready for your saying? You got a quote that's gonna top Tony's?
That's original from what you said. Yes.
Go ahead.
What
when you go to a bitch and said Akuma Matata means no worry. Now Dr. Joe saying Akuma Matata in her language means you gonna mess him homes. You gonna mess around, man. Hey man, my cousin Julio, man, he gonna cut you up real good, man. He gonna cut you up.
There's no way that there's no worries unless you're living right.
Woo! So what does it got? Let me show you what the Black Ambition said. This is what Akuma Matata means. Now you tell them what is the real definition to Akuma Matata in Spanish back in Honduras.
No, it's a Salvador preacher.
Yeah, I'm saying lay them doors down. Tell them what you tell them why y'all lay them doors down.
No, they don't know this. I came up with this theory, but there's no way you're living with no worries unless you're living right and you're not gonna die. So Akuna Matata. Akuna Matata.
It mean you gonna die. Homes, I'm gonna get you homes, man.
Yeah, you gonna die. I don't even have to kill you. You gonna die.
Joy Lopez, man, he gonna cut you a real good.
He's Mexican, Tony.
Akuma Matata. Oh, what?
Same thing.
No, it's not. Imagine I tell you that it's the same thing that you are from Haiti.
Haitian.
You're Haitian, Love Doctor? Are you? I don't know where I've come from. My history has all been washed away.
That is true, because I flushed some of your history earlier today. He's all the history been.
Tuli, what you got to top it, Tuli?
Well, I'm just gonna get one for the end of the night.
What is it? Man, that Nicki Minaj. What Nicki Minaj? Why is that one?
Talk about.
I have no idea what that means.
Oh, Nicki Minaj.
Come on, Tuli.
Okay. Easy is to judge the mistakes of others. Difficult is to recognize our own mistakes.
Yep.
Oh, say that one again. I like that one, Tuli.
Easy.
She hasn't finished it.
The mistakes of others. Difficult is to recognize our own mistakes.
Oh, you know what? Dr. Joy Pitt, you heard her. She said, you can't be finished. That's what you said.
That what she
said.
No,
in my computer, she wasn't finished. And then the Love Doctor goes like, say it again. I'm like, she hasn't finished it.
Yeah, your internet bad.
You got to get your internet together. We take up an offer to get your internet together, right?
Make sure y'all hit that Cash App too. I need
pesos. We'll pay you pesos.
$100.
Actually, it's Bitcoin. So if you can send me some Bitcoin, I would appreciate it. We have Bitcoins in El Salvador.
And get what? And them, listen, and they can't even get your internet fixed. No,
this is the best internet I can get, Tony, here in this area. Unfortunately, I've tried everything.
Have you ever tried? Listen, I don't know now. This straight. Have you ever thought about sticking one of them hangers in a squirrel booty and leave them on top of the roof?
I thought about it.
And let it just. Yeah, I'm saying that get some reception. But you gotta nail the squirrel down on the roof, otherwise it's gonna blow off on them the next time.
Y'all is hilarious, man.
After
Y'all is
dark.
hilarious. But I tell you what, we had a great time
Always,
tonight on Two
always.
Mics and a Mind.
That's
We'll
what we
see
do.
y'all next Thursday. That being said, Thule, love Doctor. Dr. Joe, Bostic, take us home. Woo!
We're about to take it back. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most delicious radio show.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Dr. Jones, the love got me on the radio. Two mics and a mind on
Watch this and the mind.
Oh, all right. You do something better. I'll do something better. We'll be better together. Until next week. That was I really like that video. That is really
I really do. I be watching it.
cool.
Yeah, make sure you go ahead and go back and fix it. Fix it. It was a Kuma Matata.